Salam alaikum everybody. Hey Nama Kuntum. This is Concerned Citizen of South Sudan going live today, Friday, August 31st, 2018. It's been quite a bit. First of all, thank you for being patient. Last week we didn't actually run a show because I was moving the family from Salt Lake City, Utah to Seattle, Washington. Thank God my family is here. We are settled. It's an awesome job, and I really thank my wife, my kids, for putting up all this because I was here actually working by myself. But all of a sudden now, all the family, everything is settled up, and then all the entire family move here. I really appreciate you, concerned citizen of South Sudan, family, friends, for being patient for that. So now we are back on again with very, very important issue. As you can see here tonight, our topic, it is peace remain elusive with Kir government refuse to compromise and still dictate the future of South Sudan peace process in Khartoum? Then who can rescue the country? That's our topic today, my dear brothers and sisters. And also, a lot of things are happening also. Today is the final date for Senator John McCain of the United States to be laid off the rest. My friend, I call him my friend, Senator McCain, who really have good and positive impact on the independence of South Sudan. A lot of South Sudanese don't know this. Senator McCain, that's why a week ago, I already put my, the wall picture, whatever, I put Senator McCain picture. He was laid to rest today, thank God. The man who is a hero, who fought for American, the man of integrity. He met actually with Lost Boys. And our late hero, Dr. Jongkor, Senator McCain, with the former president of the United States, George W. Bush, they put a lot of effort so people of South Sudan can be free and be like other nations. So I pay my contribute to Senator John McCain, my friend. It was laid to rest today. Senator John McCain, he was in Vietnam, and he was in prison for 5 years. And then, you know what? At Zabohu, they tortured him until his arm broken. You can tell when Senator McCain speak always he does this because it was torture in Vietnam, all right? He fought for his country, and when he came back here, he ran for the United States Senator, and he became Senator from Arizona. Not only that, like I said, Senator John McCain is a man of integrity. When I mean integrity, is integrity. Rajul Mukhlis. So he doesn't do things for political gain. He's always there for the people. Those kind of politicians that you are interested in. Politicians who care about the interests of their own people. And that's why I call him the man of integrity, because he cares more about the people. He doesn't care more about the politics. Imagine a guy was in prison. He was captured in war, and he was in prison. Captain, by the way. He was captain, and then he was captured, and he been in prison for 5 years. Ujafi America, ran for election, and he became a senator from Arizona. Not too long ago, Senator John McCain ran for an election, but unfortunately, he was running against the history because that was the first time for an African-American to be nominated in the Democratic Party to run for the presidency. So Senator John McCain lost election because he didn't lose because actually he did not lose because he didn't have charisma. The man has a charisma, but he was running against the history. But the big picture is when Senator John McCain lost the election, who gal, gal, President-elect Barack Obama, you will be my president too. He conceded without whining, without saying that, you know what? I fought for this country and I was in prison and a mutta and a zaboni and I fought for this country and I am entitled to be the president of this country. He didn't do that. That speaks to you. Ikhlas, integrity, how the man, he was charismatic, how the man cared about his country, how he cared about the people. And, he conceded without saying that, oh, well, Republican, and so on. So I have respect and I salute Senator John McCain for well done job for all entire his years and who served the United States. And Egypt Senator John McCain and taban zole into impact fi independent metana into impact fi our people. Lost Boys, they know this very much. He encouraged them. He told them how he was in prison, but he didn't give up. When he came back to the United States, what he did, he achieved a lot of things, and he became a senator. He encouraged a lot of Lost Boys. And today, as I speak to you, there are a lot of Lost Boys who became a medical doctor, MD. who are working with the Department of State, who have gone to school and they acquire good knowledge, good education, and they went back to South Sudan. Some of them are working, some of them are working with non-governmental, some of them are working with UN, and even some of them are working with INF, International Monetary Fund, the World Bank. Today, a lot of them working, with the World Bank, because they got that encouragement with Senator John McCain, Galom Yaki, Intijid, Min Belet, Kanfi Mashakil, Sudan Amalekum, Usawalekum, like now, this is your new home. You can start the opportunity, because most of the time, math is only stupid in this world. But we tend to ignore things. We tend to become ignorant. Like, math is only stupid. If you fell down and you get up and you start step, I think you're going to do it. You're going to make it. Actually, not getting in the first time doesn't mean that you're stupid. It doesn't mean that you didn't do it right. But next time you will be able to do it. And that's the word, that the encouragement that Senator John McCain, he have given, the lost boy of South Sudan. That's why we are seeing a lot of people, they are aspired, they are moving forward, they are doing a lot of good things. So I salute him again, and I welcome you, my dear brothers and sisters, concerned citizens of South Sudan. And I want to remind you one more time, this forum is for all South Sudanese. All South Sudanese across the board, into Muarada, into Akuma, into Mean, into G10, into NAS, into, IO, whatever you be. This is your forum. This forum, we come and discuss issues pertaining our country. This forum is not belong to one ethnic group, does not belong to one party, does not belong to anyone. It belongs to you. And if you don't like me, it's simply because I am not from your tribe, or I am not from your region, or I am not belong to your political organization. That's not my problem. That's your problem. Because actually, we cannot amend creation of God. Our late hero Dr. Jongkor قال كلام ده وقد سألوا في Virginia قالوا يا أخي الناس اللي بيقولوا ده ليه ناس الأفارقة ودي ناس فور ودي ناس كده قالوا you know what cases لو رفعوا لربنا I will win والله العظيم, because you know what, I did not choose to be a Dinka, I did not choose to be a Balanda, I did not choose to be a Quraysh, I did not choose to be a Shuluk. So if you hate me simply because I receive a lot of hate messages asking ناس بيقولوا oh Jongkor on the show it's just a Dinka. So actually people don't want to judge me based on my character. They just want to judge me because of tribe. So they don't care, what ideals I have. They just care about, what tribe I belong to. So I would say to you, if you still have that ideologies, you know what? Nothing else I can say to you, my brother, because you cannot amend the creation of God. God has not mistaken to create me a Dinka, or create me a Nuer, or create me a Anuak, or create me whatever you want to. That's his job. But you know what? I want you to judge me based on my character. Those are the things that I want me to judge you, to judge me upon of. But don't judge me simply because I'm a Dinka. I am a Dinka, and I would remain a Dinka. And you cannot suck the air from me because I am a Dinka. You will never. Because that's the work of God, actually, But let us negotiate. Let us talk together. Let us, work together and see where the differences we have. If we have differences, that's why I'm here advocating. I'm advocating for you. I'm advocating for others. I'm advocating for all entire country. This is not the first time for me to speak here. People label me because they said he's a G10. Sometimes they say he's a Malonga supporter. Sometimes they say he's a JCE. Sometimes they said he's whatever. He's a Matianganyor. But I take all of this because I care about my country and I do love my country. Whatever you label me with, that's up to you. But I know myself what I stand for. I stand for the people of South Sudan. Does G10 send me a document? Have they ever shared a document with me, that Jongkor? This is what we are doing, that what we are doing? No. I never receive any document from G10 or from IO, from NAS, from whoever. I am an independent-minded South Sudanese who is concerned about his country. If you don't like that, that's your problem. But I will remain as individuals, as a clear thinker, as a South Sudanese who is concerned about his country. You know what? Your distraction, all these are distraction to divert me from what I am doing. I know that I'm doing the right thing for the people of South Sudan. I made it clear. So let's go ahead and discuss our topic today. I know I have a lot to talk about this topic in details, more and more and more. Anna, not too long ago, and it kalamta an Museveni, and it kalamta an Kir government, and it kalamta an Hajat Katir, how things went wrong. After we achieve our independence, what is supposed to happen? We're supposed to be implementing the values that we were fighting for nearly 22 years. In Ukunfi, justice, liberty, and prosperity. We shouldn't even think about the tribe, or the Chuluk, or the Nuer, or the Ndogo, or the Quraysh, or the Baria, or the Latuka. These are nonsense, because nehnu kud haramna ka Junubiyin. Ma haramna ka Ndogo, ما هربنا ككريش، ما هربنا كفرقي، أو ما هربنا كأنواع، ما هربنا كمابان، هربنا كجنوبيين، لأنه نحن كجنوبيين. That's why we achieved the goal of our independence, so we can deliver the services to our people. Okay? وانا جيت وريتكم برضو secret إنه مثلا why Museveni is into affairs of South Sudan. لأنه أساسا Uganda is a nation of 41 million and South Sudan is a nation of 12 million or 14 million. And all of a sudden, this country, the northern side of Uganda, gained independence, and now they are moving toward justice, liberty, and prosperity. They are going to prosper. They are going to have good economy and freedom and fairness. We are likely to influence their political, in the country. And that's why Museveni sought out, to shut them down, I have to interfere in their affairs. It's not because he loves Salva Kiir. It's not because he loves South Sudanese. It's because to stop them there. Create some problem so they can be busy. They can fight, because I don't want them to influence my people in Uganda. Because if we are influencing their people, and then Museveni will be in trouble. He will be in trouble, because South Sudan is a great country with the potential, with the copper, with the mine, with magnesium, with oil, with the great agriculture. It is going to be the destination of investors, and they don't want that. And these countries, those countries, neighboring countries, Uganda, Kenya, Ethiopia, they depend on tours, they depend on foreign aid, but we don't need that. If we put our thing together, we don't need foreign aid. We are going to do more. We are going to succeed. But because they knew he's smart enough, that's why he got into our affairs and he influenced it. I will protect you. I will do this to you, Salva Kiir. He stick his nose to our affairs. So President Kiir can say, yes, please protect me, because I wanted to stay in power for 100 years. But if there is anyone person out there is willing to give me power to make me stay, why not? That's what it is. And also I talk about the Khartoumians, whatever you call them, Al-Khartoumiyin, Mu'tamar al-Watani, is used the same strategy, for almost 30 years. Galle Kiir, you know what? We know you. Bashir said, I am wanted by international community. I am wanted by International Court of Justice. I am a loser anyway. If I leave this power, the only thing, I have to remain in power, whether they like it or not, until I die. But you have a lot of problem with Junubin. You mess up all the community. You divide them because you wanted to rule. You did this and you did that. You divide those here in Agar, in Ruweng, in Bor, whatsoever. You divide them, and now there are more fire in the country. You know what? You have no way out. You got to listen to me. You got to listen to my advice. You got to listen to my advice, the magic advice that made me stay in the power for nearly 30 years. All right? That's why all of a sudden there is a peace between North and South. There is a peace between, Furuqasila fil Balad. But it wasn't in good faith, and I am telling you this, and I will repeat this, and you will get this, my brother and sister. You will get this in the future. Ya Jama'a, you know what? Always we have 3 students in the classroom. If you are a teacher, you have three students in the classroom. You have a very clever student who will get the point right away. Soon you start writing with the chalk on the blackboard, whatever board, we call it. في student بياخد المسألة وياخد طوال يفهم, and he will engage with you right away. And there is another student, actually, he will understand as the teacher is, start the lecture, start teaching, who بيقدر بيفهم. Okay? And there is a student, a rimma, البنسميه rimam, بيقعد دايما ما بيفهم بسرعة. إلا بعد, أستاذ يمشي يومين 3, and then he will ask أستاذ قال شنو يقول يا جماعة? What teacher say? And they say صفحة كده وكذا 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 وعوامل كده وعوامل السطح والتداريس وما أدراك ما ذلك. And then بعد كده هو يفهم بعد يومين 3. لكن student that I could late. He's going to be late in his homework. He's going to be late always in everything, And then he will have more distraction. And that the stage we are in now. في ناس بيفهم المواضيع right away. في ناس ما بيفهم مواضيع right away بيقول no, well, maybe كويس ما كويس. وفي ناس هيفهموا بعد الزمن يا لهوي. زي ما المصريين بيقول هيفهم بعد الزمن, بعد كده يقول يا ريت لو استريت, لو انت من الناس اللي بتمشي سوى شعب يوم داك تلقى واحد بيقول يا اخي كل حاجه ب 35, كل حاجه ب 32, كل حاجه ب 25, ولما تمشي بيت بعدين تقول يا ريت لو استريت, هيجي يقول يا ريت لو كنت استميت من الاول. Why did I do this? So that's the stage we are in. And our job, like Gandhi said, our job, civil servant or civil society, is to provoke. And for the actor, they can act. Because actually we point out what is wrong and what they are doing wrong. Then we are the eyes of the society. We are the eyes of the people. I'm not a journalist, but I love my country. I love my people. That's why I volunteer to do this. I don't get paid. Nobody pay me. There is a lot of allegations. Someone say, oh, Jongkor get 10,000 from Malungawan. I know who you are. He's watching here now, but I'm not going to, say his name, He said that Jongkor get 10,000 from Malungawan. What the heck are you talking about? Don't you think that I was so critical about Malung for nearly 2 years? I was criticizing Malung for nearly 2 years, but when Malung defect and realized that Kir and regime, and then Barkida, I'm no longer criticizing Malung. And all of a sudden you are saying that Malung is paying me. Pay me for what? If I was paid, why do I have to move from another state and go and work for my family and move my family? Why would I do that? And I could have been studio. I would have built a studio for concerned citizens of South Sudan. So I know they are phony baloney. Those actually are people don't want the truth to go to the people of South Sudan. That's why they want to cause more destruction. But you know what? It's not gonna take me anywhere. I'm not gonna stop because of you. You can make as much allegation like you want. Someone may not like me just simply for being a dinka or a nuer or whatever for some reason. That's the way he is. It can be much educated person, like he's still ignorant because actually simple logic, he's lacking simple of logic, or she's lacking simple of logic. Because if you have that simple of logic, you would not hate me simply because I am certain tribe or from there. You will just disagree with me because of my views. That will make sense, right? So my dear brothers, I welcome you all. Let's go ahead and discuss this topic today. Let me go ahead and see my list who requested me so I can bring you in. While I'm looking for that, I'm going to go ahead and play some music here. Oh, actually, I got a call. Let me go ahead here and bring a member of parliament to our discussion too. So he's actually tend to be from my constituency. So let me go ahead and bring him. If he's there, I'm going to go ahead and search for him. Okay. And if he's there, I'll bring him. Okay. Let me do this. I'm sorry, my dear brothers and sisters. I'm going to go ahead and bring that so we can move forward. Let's see here, who is this guy? I know this is my new home, and that's why everything look a little bit different. So, Honorable Ngong Dengum, I wish if you can send me a request, just go ahead and send me a request. If not, and then I will call you through the messenger, and then I will go ahead and you can go ahead and make your comment. But if you send me a request, if you hit that green button, actually it will come through. Try to hit that green button. Just go ahead and hit that green button, and then I'll be able to bring you in. Hopefully you will do so now. I'm waiting for you. Go ahead and do that. Let me check this one more time and see if he's there. So he's not there. Let me go ahead and try calling him. If he answers, and then we move forward. I know the net is not good, but we will try our best. I'm calling him, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting hot here today, very humid. So, if that thing is not going through, I'm gonna go for the next person. So, hello? 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 Unfortunately, it's not answering. I'm going to go ahead and bypass that and then move forward with other people here. Okay, I have my list. I have Gurkuju, Jalbapen, Dr. Francis, and then Emmanuel Ajawin. So let me go here. Based on the list that I have, I'm going to go ahead and call you Gurkuju. I'm calling you right now.
Yeah, welcome, brother.
Actually, let me Let me bring in Gurkujo because I was intent to bring in Gurkujo because, and then after that I'll call you. Malish, I hit the wrong button because Bapin, I'm going, based on the list. Gurkujo is the top, and this you, and that's Dr. Francis, and then after that Emmanuel. I will call you Jal Bapin. Just give me one moment. Go ahead, Gurkujo. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
جو سخن لأن في رطوبة شوية كده.
You are on fire, man.
I am.
That is fabulous. We missed you last week,
I
and
see.
it felt like the gap been almost a month or something. So great to see you, and I hope you and your family, your family and you settle in the new place, and all the best. The list is hot, and so many people are online. Let us get into the point.
Correct. تفضل. طبعا انت شفت التايتل. title بقول here is peace remain elusive while Kir government refuse to compromise and is still dictate the future of South Sudan peace process in Khartoum. Then who can rescue the nation? This is our topic today, and you hear it, my brother. Go for it.
I believe the answer is very straightforward. Who will rescue the people of Republic of South Sudan are the concerned citizen. Individual like you, who work diligently day and night without any restraint attached. Nobody will intimidate them. Nobody will promise them nothing, but they are doing it for a betterment of their countrymen and women. They are
Correct.
doing it for a South Sudan that each and everyone will live dignified,
Yes.
no marginalization. And this is what we fought for, Jalaba, so that all of us, we have to be first-class citizen.
Yes.
ما في طبقة بتاعت مواطنين. Everybody is equal أمام القانون بحقوق وواجبات.
Now.
South Sudan, whereby kids can run on the street, can go to school peacefully without worry. Our women can go and fetch firewood without being terrorized or being raped or being abused. You can sleep with your hosh بتاعك بدون ما إنه تقفل باب hosh. Nobody will jump over your hosh.
Correct.
So we have seen it, what is happening in Khartoum. And those are people of interest. Bashir is doing his business to cover his crime and to get a pass from the international community. That is why he's engaged in this business. And he decided to control everything. And we have seen it through. The first round of talk is started in Addis Ababa. The second round supposed to be in Khartoum. And then to be proceeded to Nairobi.
Yes.
So that there is different environment. But what happened? Why everything decide to end up in Khartoum? And we know that Sudanese people are our brothers and sisters. But Bashir is enemy of our people. Nobody ما في حكومة قتل شعب بتاع جنوب السودان أكثر من حكومة بتاع عمر البشير ما ثورة إنقاذ ما مجاهدين بتاعه.
Now.
They kill us and they revoke us to the extent that there is no way to be part of that country. And we know it very well. لما دفاع شعبي بيمشوا بيقنوا بعربي دارجي بتاع جنوب السودان. ياودا بلدنا دفاعنا الشعبي ياودا لنا شريعة. Okay, to revoke Junubiyin, and we know it very, very well. So, how come overnight Bashir decide to be our friend? Bashir decide to be somebody who will bring peace. Bashir is the devil himself. We don't have anything against people of Sudan, but Bashir cannot bring a genuine peace. That's salam bitat maslaha. That is why his troops are in Republic of South Sudan, now in oil production area. So, and that is why the Ugandan troops are already in South Sudan. So all of them are looking after their interests. So this is whereby our opposition in Khartoum. Maybe Brother Emmanuel Ajawin will elaborate about it more in a moment here. I don't want to get into the detail. Those people being terrorized, and they are forced because Lay Salam Bestayal, why we are in rush, okay? I was part of the National Salvation Front team in Addis
Addis Ababa.
Ababa. We
Yeah.
had 16 days, and we go topic by topic, and we couldn't finalize everything. And we came back. Why everything got to finish in Khartoum? So this is whereby there is a lot of interest, and the priority was for the oil production.
Yes.
And this is whereby everything was being put aside. So all this nonsense just for Bashir to get leverage, to get access to money, to get a pass from the international community so that he can continue to abuse and use people of Sudan. And this is whereby a concerned citizen will come in place so that they have to say no to fake peace. We need a real peace, a genuine peace that even our citizen can feel it in the air. Al assassin, no peace is here. Salam ja. Okay? They can feel secure. And with their free will, they will start moving back, going home. Because life in refugee camp is a hell. Life in those internal displaced camp is a hell. Everybody wants to go home. But when they feel there is true peace, they will start going home. So we cannot be forced so that to sign an agreement that will serve Bashir and Masovini interests.
Correct.
There is two perspectives here. If a simple question got to erase, why
Go ahead.
Sudanese army are
Go ahead. I want to get water.
Sure. Go ahead. You need it. Yeah. Why Sudanese army are in Sudan and why the Ugandan army are involved already in South Sudan? It is a cover-up. We know very well American embargo and weapon is in effect 100%. And now there is no way that Kir can get access to weapon without having those friends of his, which are in Sudan and in Uganda, and under training the South Sudanese army and the IO army. This is whereby they can smuggle weapon to bring it to South Sudan so that to continue to terrorize and kill our people. That is the main reason, because weapon will come through Khartoum, and Khartoum will facilitate those weapons under غطاء بتاعت انه احنا بندرب الجيش بتاعت IO ويادا تاهيلهم. So بالتالي the international community will not restrict التصرف بتاعت أصلها لجنوب السودان. بنفس القدر weapon gonna come through Uganda, and this is whereby the Ugandan army will move those weapons into South Sudan and recover that those are training equipment for the South Sudanese army. So strategically, those people, they position themselves very well. Quickly here, there is too much noise in the air that National Salvation Front is against peace. We are not against peace, but we refuse that peace that been shuffled on our throat so that we have to swallow it. No, we rebel for good purpose. We have mission and vision. And also the root cause of the problem never been addressed at all. So that is why we reject what is taking place in Khartoum, and we will continue to reject it. So regardless of what is happening, those who are going to Khartoum, they know very well Khartoum is not a safe haven for them. So how they are going to implement this peace, since this thing, they were being forced, they were being intimidated by Sudanese security, by Kir, national security, that they will be transported to Juba. Either you sign or you will be transferred to Juba. And we know what happened if you have been transferred to Juba. So please, let us look for a genuine peace. Peace that will accommodate us, peace that will address the root cause of the problem, not Panadol just to a painkiller to release the pain for now, and then our people will start suffering again. This time we need everlasting peace, whereby all of us to go and rebuild our country. This is my intake. We are not against peace, but still our voice is clear. Let us give this fake peace a chance. And within the next few days, the truth will reveal itself, and people of Republic of South Sudan, they will know the reality, what is behind all this tamsilia. I will yell it back to you. If you have a question quickly, you can throw it at me, because I know you have a long list. Yes. And I have to get going.
Thank you, my brother. I don't have a question for you, but I want you to stick around because we have a lot to discuss today. I may have a question later. Do citizens of South Sudan know their right? Do they know their right? And if they do, what would they have done so far, to rescue the situation? That's the question. If you want to just give me a little bit quicker before I let you go, you can go ahead with that. But meanwhile, yes, this is the question out there. We need people to answer it, because I feel like, the lack of knowing your rights, it can contribute to a crisis to some extent.
The answer is simple. They don't know they are right. Because if you took the level of illiteracy in Republic of South Sudan, the percentage is very, very high. So to be a citizen,
go ahead.
To be a citizen, you have rights and you have duties and obligation. So understanding those, it is too complicated. But the basic right, how do we explain it to them? So if you look at most of our organization or the political party that we have, they are either tribal based or a regional based. So with a short view, and they don't explain to our citizen exactly what are their agenda, what they are standing for. So this is whereby our people, they do not know their right. And that is why the elites are using and abusing and confusing them. And this is whereby through a forum like what yourself and others are doing, Brother Edwards, and so many others, we will be able to enlighten our people, because knowledge is power. So our people need to understand what are those basic rights, what are their duty, what are their obligation. So through this healthy conversation, we will be able to bring them up to speed, so that they will be able to start voicing their voice, to say no to Salva Kiir, to say no to those elite who are using and abusing them. And want to compliment you for the fantastic job that you are doing with others. Let us continue to have this healthy debate. We fight over ideas, but we don't have to fight using weapon, any kind of weapon. Let us use logic. Let us use science, so that we bring our opinions and idea, and to respect the other opinions as well. I will yell it back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gurkuje. Please stick around, brother. We have more coming up. Thank you.
I will do.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and bring this in. Look for other South Sudanese who requested me here. We have more long list to go, and we move forward here. Let me go ahead and look at this. So Francis, you disappeared for some reason. So you need to go ahead and send me your requests. Francis Malwal, send me a request. Francis, Dr. Francis Malwal. While I'm waiting for you, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Emmanuel. I'll go ahead and bring in. Okay. All right, you are here. Hello, Dr. Francis Malwal. How good to see you, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good to see you.
Good. So you hear the topic, and you can see there under the screen. So, what is your insight or your take on this?
Yeah, I just want from the beginning actually
Mm.
to pay a tribute to the late Senator John McCain.
Yes.
And I just want going to mention some few words before I go into the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, McCain, that was he was a prisoner of war in Vietnam, and then actually because I think his dad was a Navy, and
Mm-hmm.
he was offered a paradigm that he can be released from from the prisons
Uh-huh.
and brought back to South Sudan without his colleague actually.
Go back to United States. Yes.
Yeah, go back to United States, and then his colleague will remain there, were in the prison, and
Mm.
for him, he denied, he turned down
Down.
that
Yeah.
one, and if you see, and he said that he cannot go back to the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
while his colleague left behind, and
Mm.
you could see how the patriotism John McCain has actually. He's a
Correct.
man of integrity, and he's a great loss. Actually, and may his God rest his soul in peace. The other thing also, you remember in the video when the woman was attacking Barack Obama during the campaign in
Yes.
2008, that the woman was saying actually, the woman wanted to say that he's a Muslim,
And
but he
he's an
said
Arab.
literally he's an Arab.
Mm-hmm.
He's an Arab, and he doesn't trust him because he read about him. And then you see, although if he was he was selfish, he would take that advantage and attack Obama, but he refused, and he say,
No.
frankly, Obama is a decent man, and what you are saying actually is not true.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a man of integrity, and for you to be a leader, the integrity is very important
Yes.
than the chief gain that you could just gain from saying nonsense things about some opponent.
Correct.
So basically, you see the unfortunately that we wanted the peace to be signed to be inclusive, and that is our objective and objective of all the people of South Sudan. That we need to have an inclusive peace, so everybody could come and all of us can go back and join the development in our country. But that one does not happen.
Correct.
And actually I wonder actually when I don't actually know how to pronounce him, but the previous speaker was talking about Khartoum. We
Gurukuju.
all agree.
Gurukuju.
Yeah,
Gurukuju.
Kirukuju. Yeah,
Yes.
actually, sorry for that. Actually, I apologize for
No
him
problem.
for not pronouncing his name.
Mm.
But basically, what I would like to, we all know that Khartoum's what he has done to the people of South Sudan. But you see, whenever you have a problem in your own house, and even if the devil come and want going to solve your problem, people accept it. And basically, we know the interest from all the our neighbors actually, whether in Uganda, Kenya, or any other country, they have an interest in our country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how we can stop that interest? How can we stop that interest? First of all, for them, they know Khartoum that were the enemy. It's not something that is new.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, they accept the mediation of Khartoum. So if you accept the mediation from the beginning, so you can't come and now and say that actually we cannot accept peace from Khartoum, and because Khartoum actually is the enemy, because you know that from the beginning that Khartoum is an enemy, and you accept that mediations. And if there is anything that they did not do, that is a different issue. Instead of just coming and say actually Khartoum is so and we cannot accept Khartoum, actually it's not acceptable, because not accepting a peace, this one can give more room for other people to come and take an advantage. And there is no mediator that can come without having an advantage.
Actually,
Look at the U.S.
you're
Look
right,
at the U.S.
Francis.
one.
The point that Gurukuju wanted to make, actually, he wanted to say that it is not genuine. It is just saving the Khartoum interest, because now they already have their troops, in the northern part of our country, and they start, drilling the oil. That's what he's looking for, and it is an obvious reason. I'm sorry for
Yeah, I
interrupting you.
know,
Go ahead.
but if you sign the agreement, it is a gone case actually, because for them already they are in the side there, they are digging the oil, they get their interest. So they took already the price of the peace, and at the end you don't want going to sign the peace. You look at the end, you are losing in both way actually. So, and not signing the peace, that means the peace will not be exclusive, will give a room more for other countries to get into our own affair. We need actually the political party. They need to understand some things. That the peace agreement, there is no bad peace. Okay, the good things about peace, because it will take us to elections. That is the only interest. Because if you want to make a change, you want to bring federalism and put it in the constitution, you want to make change in the government, there is no any way, other way that you can be able to achieve that without having peace and go for elections. Because if you fight Kir 100 years, you will not oust him out from the power. When you don't sign the peace agreement, you give more time for Kir to stay in power, because actually that is what he wants. So why do you want to give him that opportunity? The only way that you can be able to deny that opportunity is for you to sign an agreement, and then you go and campaign from inside, convince the people that whatever you are proposing is the genuine one, and let them own it, and then you can take over the government, and you would be able to do whatever Kir is doing right now. You can do it in the right way that you want it. But when people just say that we don't want peace and we don't want whatever, this one will not solve a problem. You need the election more than Kir, because Kir is in power. He doesn't need an election. But any opposition who has an interest to deliver the service to the people, they have to come and sign the agreement and then go for election. And you take him out and take over, and then you implement whatever you want to do. So that is basically the way that it should happen. But there is nothing that call you have to force your idea. That one, it will not go, because the peace at the end is just a compromise so that we can meet the minimum. And the minimum, most of the people, they have signed, and I don't think that there is reason that the other party, they should not sign the agreements. The other thing about the right of the people, it is because the political party, they need the economy. If those people, the voters actually, they know their right, that they have the power, so that they will fire back into those politicians, and that's why they don't want that. You see, so the ignorance is for the benefit of the politicians, because at any time when they come, they will just say a few things to the people, and they voted for them, and that's why they don't want the people to know their right. But exactly, we know our right. Our people, they voted overwhelmingly in that referendum. Okay, so that they know their right. If we educate them the right way, they would be able to take the right decision that we need. So this is what we need to do. So we need to have peace, and then so that we can educate our people that the coming election is very important for our development. If we need prosperous, we need to follow. We need to choose the right people. It's not the people who actually they don't have anything to deliver. So this is the right way that we could be able to approach the problem. But when you don't want to sign the agreement, that is will not solve the problem. Khartoum has already taken the oil, and the oil is going anyway. So we will, when we are divided, a lot of people will come and take advantage of us. If we agree and we all come inside and we sign the agreement, then nobody will be having any excuse for them to come and get into our own affair.
Thank you. Francis, Dr. Francis, please stick around. We are not done yet. I may bring you in back because I have more questions to ask. And if you feel like you wanted to jump in, please, feel free. So at the moment, give me this chance to call other South Sudanese who are also waiting here. I know that Emmanuel Ajawin was the head of you, but I did not see him. That's why I brought you before him. But I'm going to go ahead and call him now. I hope he's back there. And stick around, please, Dr. Francis. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for the viewer.
No problem. So, Emmanuel, if you are here, go ahead and send me a request. Emmanuel Ajawin, please. I'm waiting for you. If you are back, send a request in. So it looks like you are not here. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Nkrumah, you are next online. And Baping, you look like your request disappeared. Go ahead and send me your request as well, Baping. Now I'm calling Nkrumah. Nkrumah, I'm calling you. Nkrumah, go ahead and answer that. So still loading, Nkrumah. So Nkrumah, I don't see you there. It looked like I have a problem with internet here. Okay, let me go ahead and call the next person. Anytime when you come back, I'll bring you, no problem. I saw your request, Kwan Malwal too. Just give me one moment. Makir, I'm calling you now, Makir Mabek. I think this is last week, a couple of weeks ago, you called it in, and I didn't have an opportunity. Now I'm calling you right away. Go ahead and answer that. Makir Mabek. Okay. So Makir, it looks like your net is not doing well. Go ahead and refresh your phone. I will get back to you. Let me go ahead and bring another person here now. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. It took a long time, to connect. But meanwhile, yeah, you see the topic there. Go ahead with your insight, brother.
اوكي المهم اخوي جونكور انا طبعا ما مصدق برضه لقيت فرصه ذات يوم. الليله ما مصدق لقيت فرصه لانه ما شاء الله الناس كتار ويزول داير يتكلم عن غايو وكده وكده. المهم البرنامج بيتكلم عن الطريقه بتاعت الاتفاقيه وسيران الاتفاقيه والتوقيع والناس اللي ما وقعوا. ده هو طبعا البرنامج.
نعم. Go ahead. طبعا topic مكتوبة هنا. I don't know if you really انت لو فهمت التوبيك ما في مشكلة لكن we can go ahead and elaborate more.
اوكي. فالمهم انا فهمت التوبيك وانا اداب خشير ومرقته. يعني التوبيك بيتكلم عن موضوع الجماعه اللي وقعوا دول الاتفاقيه
بيتكلم عن يعني
اولا
dictate the way مثلا the government dictating the سير بتاع المفاوضات ولو بقى ما في حلول.
نعم.
مين هينقذ البلد؟ ده اللي بالموضوع يعني. Go ahead.
نعم. يلا يعني الشيء الواضح الان في الاتفاق بتاع الخرطوم ده يعني نكون واضحين يعني حسب يعني متابعتنا للبرنامج في نوع من هناك من الكتمان. يعني الجماعات المعارضه في الخرطوم يعني جزء يوقع وجزء ما يوقع. يعني ده بياكد بانه هناك في مشكله اصلا ما ظاهره. يعني الاتفاقيه دي يمكن تكون بصوره غير منظمه غير مضمونه حتى يعني من الطريقه المشبوهه دي ما الطريقه اللي يعني بتدرس. انا تحديدا انا متشائم بالاتفاقيه لان اصلا الناس زي المجبورين في حاجه. الطريقه بتاعتهم اللي بيعملوا بها حتى طريقه لغه الجسم بتاعهم بدي بان الناس اصلا في مشكله في طريقه الاتفاقيه دي. يعني حاليا حتى الفتره الجايه دي لما نقول مراحل الناس دي يعني جوبا كان فيزل لقى فرصه في المعارضه دي ممكن يخلي البرنامج ده بالمناسبه. لانه طريقه يعني نازل في عدم اتفاق بين الجماعات المعارضه والحكومه. المفروض الناس تشوف يعني المشاكل وين. نحن اصلا اخو جونكور نحن دايرين سلام في المقام الاول. ما دايرين يعني نحقق مطالبنا. ما دايرين نحقق يعني مطالب كل فرد. نحن المفروض ناخذ في ذهننا كحكومه وكمعارضه بان نحن محتاجين سلام في المقام الاول بغض النظر عن اطماعاتنا كويس بتاعت السلطه. الان السلطه هو في المقدمه. السلطه هو في المقدمه. يعني ما المواطن وما يعني ما حمى الدوله كويس. السلطه هي المعارضه حتى السلطه والحكومه حتى السلطه. ويبقى كده نحن بنحقق سلام. نحن كده بنحقق حرب ثاني مؤجل لقدام كويس. فالشيء المطلوب من المفروض تبقى حاليا الناس تحط الاليه بتاعت السلام في قلوبهم. الناس تفكر في السلام. يعني كيف السلام في الدوله؟ ده الشيء المطلوب وده الشيء المفروض الحركات المعارضه والحكومه تحط اول البنود بتاع استقرار الدوله هو الشيء المهم في نفس في اللحظه دي، يعني ما المناسب
نعم.
المهمه. كويس، ده انا حسب وجهه نظري انا يعني. كويس، لان نحن اصلا لما شفنا اليوم يعني الحركه اللي عملوها الحكومه الكينيه دي رساله بالنسبه للحكومه بتاع جنوب السودان، دي رساله غير مباشره. يعني نحن لما نحسبها سياسيا الوقت ما مناسب، دوله كينيا دوله من ضمن الدول بتاع شرق افريقيا نحن عضو فيها، وقبل اليوم الرئيس كينيات يتكلم عنه دوله، يعني اي مواطن خش كينيا وقعد فيه وهو يعتبر مواطن كيني حتى لو يتزوج ولا ما يتزوج، وخليك
يا
من هنا في
ماكير
ظروف حرب. دوله جنوب السودان
ماكير
يعاني
معلش
حربا.
بس خليني
نعم.
اعمل لك disruption my brother.
ايوه.
هو ما اصلا انت في بلدك
أيوة.
لو حكومتك ما بيحترمك، لو السياسيين بتاعك ما بيحترمك. بريزيدنت ترامب قال
نعم.
الكلام ده، قال الزعماء الافارقه they are sitting on
نعم.
oil and diamond and manganese
أيوة.
وكوبر، they have wealth, they have rain, they have good fertile land. وبيشيلوا قروش بتاعهم بوديهم في بنوك اوروبيه، وبيشيل قروش الدوله بياكلوا برا يشتروا بيوت. How do you think مواطن بتاعك لما يمشي حته ثانيه يحترمه؟ ما يحترموه طبعا of course، لان انت you show that they are nothing to you. انت بتسرق ويبن، بتسرق سلاح وتقتلهم وتجويهم وتعذبهم. Do you think مثلا جيران كينيا كينياتا ولا يوغندا ولا هيحترمنا؟ ما يحترمنا، لانه طالما علينا بيقتلونا ويضربونا زي الكلاب في البلد بتاعنا اكيد ما يحترمونا. فانا ما بلوم كينيا، انا اصلا ما بلوم يوغندا، ما بلوم كينيا، انا بلوم الليدرز بتاعنا. لان المفروض كان يحصل في فيرست بليس، المفروض كان يحصل في المقام الاول احنا نرجع لفاليوز، نرجع للقيم اللي احنا هربنا من اجله. هربنا يكون في عداله، يكون في حريه، يكون في مساواه، يكون في التنميه. والتنميه ده بيكون كيف؟ القروش اللي بيشيلوا يمشي يعلمهم يالهم في يوغندا ولا في كينيا ولا في زيمبابوي. ما انت بتبني مدرسه، لو بديت مدرسه كويس وعملت ابارتمنت للاساتذه، الاستاذ الكيني اللي تخرج في احسن مدارس، الاستاذ الكيني الشاطر ده بيجي، لان هو داير قروش، هو هيجي يدرس جناك. انت الوزير ده ولا انت المحافظ ولا انت الرئيس، هيدرس جناك هنا وهيدرس جنا مسكين معاه، وهيقعد في كنبه واحد في المدرسه هياخد نولج. لكن الناس اصلا عندهم جريد، حب النفس، انانيه. هو بيقول يا اخي انا هربت، I don't care about مساكين ديل، افضل انا اشيل يعني برا وقدام هناك يتعلموا هناك. هم نسوا انه مثلا القيم اللي كان هارب من اجله ديل يعطوا القيم اصلا. فانا ما بلوم كينيا، ما بلوم اي دوله، اوكي؟ لان انت الاساس الاحترام بيبدا في بيتك. لو اهلك ما يحترموك او لو ما احتسيت من نفسك، لو ما حبيت نفسك انا حلو وانا كده وانا كده I can do this thing, nobody is gonna recognize. ما في زول هيمشي يقول لك يا اخي انت حلو وانت شاطر وانت كده، لازم يبدا منك. فاللوم بيرجع لشنو؟ للسياسيين بتاعنا. شفت؟ معلش انا قاطعتك، واصل.
انا طبعا اخويا جونكور انا ممكن يكون عندي بعض الاختلافات يعني من الطريقه بتاعت يعني التعامل الحكومه الكينيه مع المواطن الجنوبي. اولا نحن دوله كويس يعني ناشئه، دوله في المقام الاول يعني جديده، يعني عمر الدوله لحد تاريخ اللحظه ما حصلت 8 سنه ولا 9 سنه، دوله في نشأة. والرساله اللي عملها كينياتا في الخرطوم ساعد رفض كويس تحويل الاتفاقيه لكينيا، دي برضه كان رساله ما واضحه كان الوقت ده. السبب خلاه يعني يحجز السلام في الخرطوم شنو؟ ما فضل يتناقش فيه ولا فضل يفكر فيه. الشيء الثاني لما فات يعني بعد ما الحركه اللي عملوها في العمل الحكومه الكينيه دي حركه معلمه، يعني في عند الحكومه الكينيه عندها علم، عندها علم بالكلام ده، ما فجاه. يعني انا شيء حسب نظرتي انا شيء شايف في الحاجه دي الحكومه الكينيه بتحاول ترسل رسائل للمعارضه بانه هو لسه ممكن يدعم المعارضه. ده الرساله المفروض ممكن ندعمها. يعني دي زعزعه، يعني ما ممكن انت دوله اليوم يعني بين اليوم والليله انت دوله جاره ودوله عارفه بان الدوله يعني عايشه ظروف بتاع الحرب وفي عدم استقرار، والمواطنين اللي فاتوا هناك ديل فاتوا من اجل ان يجدوا الامان ومن اجل ان يتعلموا ومن اجل حاجات كثيره. حتى المرضى، الزول المريض حاول قبضوه ودخلوه في المعتقل. انا فكري هذه الرساله هي رساله بالنسبه للمعارضه تحديدا. يعني الحكومه الكينيه عندها النيه يمكن يعني تحاول تجحد هذا السلام. ده الشيء اللي انا حسب تحاليلي انا. واما الشيء اللي دايره انا هسه حاليا انه بعد ما الناس خشوا وحصل هناك تجاوير، في بعض الناس قالوا يقبضوا المواطن الكيني، المواطنين الكينيين اللي في جنوب السودان يقولوا ممكن يكون سياسيا ما تكون صح، الناس ما بتتعامل السن بالسن. طيب في السياسه كلام ده ما في. الحكومه الكينيه ممكن تتصرف تصرف خاطئ، نحن ما ممكن الحكومه بتاع جنوب السودان يبادر بنفس الطريقه، لا كلام ممكن يكون سياسيا ما صح. نحن نتعامل تعامل عكس التعامل بتاع الحكومه الكينيه، ونحافظ على المواطن الكيني بنفس المستوى اللي كان عايش به في جنوب السودان، ما بفضل يتعدى عليه ولا يقبضوا ولا اي شيء، يكون عايش عيشته ما بفضل يعبشه. الحكومه الكينيه ربما تغير رايه بعد في مرور الزمن، بانه الكلام اللي عمله ممكن يكون خطا، كونه هو بالذات مواطن بتاع جنوب السودان لا يستحق ان يتقبض. يمكن يقبض اي مواطن يوغن باي دوله، لكن جنوب السودان لا يمكن، لان جنوب السودان هو معظم يعني المعاملات الكينيه كلها داخل جنوب السودان، من بنوك حاجات ادوات مثلا لاطعمه كيميائيه كلها بتخش. يعني جنوب السودان هو يعني المصف او المورد الحقيقي للحكومه الكينيه. ده انا في الناحيه دي بشوفها غلط. اما بالنسبه يعني حكومتنا هي حكومه يعني مفسده، والكلام ده بالمناسبه في جزء من الفساد، لكن الان الحكومه بدات تراجع نفسها كويس. الحكومه بدات تراجع الفكره بتاعتها، بدات تعمل. يعني اليوم نحن بنشاهد السيد رئيس الجمهوريه وهو في الصين كويس، من اجل استقرار ومن اجل بناء جنوب السودان، من اجل مساهمه في تنميه جنوب السودان. الكلام اللي بيسوي فيه الرئيس ده ما من ما سي. ايوه كتير.
مكير ربما
نعم.
كلام نسبيا. اي يصح انك رئيس. لو انا قلت لك مدين اول اللي انا منه ده اخر مره رئيس كير مشى فيه ده 2010،
نعم.
والرئيس بيقوم بمشي الصين، وفي ناس تعبانين هنا، في ناس مرضى هنا، في ناس بموت هنا. الاولى مين؟ الاولى انك تشوف مواطنين بتاعك، ولا الاولى انت تسافر تيك اوف من خرطوم ده؟ في نظرك الاولى ياتوا، الاولى انت لو بتحب ناسك الاولى ياتوا. لما يكون في مش مصيبه في مع اهلك انت بتزورهم، ولا الاولى انت بس تطير تمشي عبر البحار؟ ده لو فعلا if somebody care if we care about these people، اولويه بكون وين يا مكين؟ مدينه اول ده انا بقول لك ده معلش هنا شيل النقاش. انا مدينه اول ده ما كان فيه حرب.
نعم.
ما عندنا حرب من 2013، ما عندنا حرب. الناس كل يوم بيكونوا جعانين، كل سنه بيكونوا جعانين. هل الحكومه فكرت انه مثلا يجيب مهندسين زراعيين من الصين ولا من زيمبابوي ومن الدول المتطوره دي عشان يطور الزراعه، عشان الناس يكتفي ذاتيا؟ منطقه ما في حرب. خلاص عرفنا انه اعلى النيل فيه حرب، قلنا طيب اكواتوريا في الحرب، لكن المنطقه بتاعت هنا ده شمال بارغاز ما في حرب. ليه حكومه ما عملت ما يعني ما عمل هنا ده شغل في هنا في اول هنا رايز ستريم؟ ليه ما فكرت في النقطه دي؟ ليه؟ ده بوريك على انه اصلا those people they don't care my brother. ده حاجه احنا عارفين نقوله، وده عشان كده انا وجهت السؤال قبل لكربوجه. انا قلت المواطنين بتاعنا صحيح هم عارفين حقوق بتاعهم toward their government، عارفين حقوقهم، عارفين الحق انه الحكومه بيعمل شنو والمواطن بيعمل شنو. ما عارفين. لو كانوا عارفين الناس لو كان ما في استراحه وده ويعمل زي ده. تفضل انا اديك لاست وورد لان زمن ما في.
نعم. اوكي. انا الكلمه الاخيره بتاعي يا اخوي جونكور، هو يعني اليوم السيد الرئيس يعني فاد، يعني سافر الصين من اجل المواطن، ما فاد لنفسه هو. يعني هسه بيتكلم عن ربط الطريق بين واو وحتى بحر الغزال او من جوبا لبحر الغزال، ده بيساهم في خدمه المواطن. يعني ده ممكن يكون يعني الدور للسيد الرئيس لانه هو مجهود، لانه بيقدم مجهود، والزول ربما يكون يتغير. يعني الزول ما بيكون في زمن يعني يكون ماسك في حته واحده كده، الزول ما بيتغير. السيد الرئيس اليوم ربما يكون هو يتغير، يعني بعد ما هو وافق على السلام ووافق بانه الدكتور رياض مشاري يراجع والمعارضين يخشوا الحكومه وبالخمسه النواب وكمل 30 وزير، ده يعني بيؤكد انه السيد الرئيس في حاجه، يعني في حاجه للسلام. نحن بنقول له الحاجه دي، ده يعني ده مجهود قدمه السيد الرئيس هناك. اما موضوع الزيارات، انت عارف يا جونكور البلد ما فيها امان. اليوم السيد الرئيس يعني حاول انشا 32 ولايه وما زار، بيكون زار بس من 32 ولايه دي ممكن يكون زار 3 ولايات او 4 ولايات. ليه؟ ما في امان هناك، ما في امان في الحتات دي. السيد الرئيس هو بيخاف لنفسه اكثر من كل شيء، يعني عشان كده ما قادر يزور المحلات دي، هو كل ما رقبته.
نحن ضربنا بانطاو اجلي ودخلنا فيه وهربنا فيه. البشير جا نزل بطياره بهليكوبتر هناك للجيش بتاعه، جا نزل هناك. ده يعني هو كان خايف، هو ما كان خايف للروح.
البشير ده حاجاته، البشير ربنا اداه القدره،
ما بخاف يعني رايت. يا اخي نحن المفروض شنو نقبل حقائق. المهم انا بشكرك كل الشكر يا مكير لمداخلتك، and please stick around. ممكن اجيبك بعدين، انا عندي ليست طويل. وشكرا، مداخلتك كان كويس جدا جدا. نتمنى يعني مثلا نحن نتحاور دائما. اوكي، شكرا.
لا لا كلام كويس، كلام كويس. يعني انا بشكرك برضه يا جون كور، واتمنى من الاخوه وانه الناس يعني تقدر يعني تشوف الحاجات الحقيقه. الان نحن في حاجه للسلام، نحن بدنا نشجع رئيسنا ده ذاته، نشجعه عشان المره الجايه يزور المحلات. ولا بعدين الشيء الثاني يا اخوي، ال 32 ولايه دي عشان يزوروا في دار له سنتين 3 سنين عشان يقدروا يزوروا المحلات دي كلها.
اوكي.
فانا اتمنى الناس دي كلها تقيف مع السيد الرئيس في اللحظه دي وتدوا
شكرا يا
فرصه.
مكاري، شكرا
إيه،
جزيلا،
شكرا لك.
شكرا.
الله يسلمك.
I don't know what happened. Emmanuel كل وقت بيمشي وبيطلع، انا ما اعرف ماله يا جماعه. I'm calling, it's adding up. Okay, it's not going through. Let me go ahead and call the next person here. Kwan Malwal, I'm calling you, Kwan Malwal. Go ahead and answer that. Good to see you, Kwan Malwal.
Likewise, my friend. It's good to see you as always, and to the delightful viewers. Thank you for coming in on this lovely Friday. Hey, congratulations on completing the move.
Yeah, man, it was not easy. Anna, زي زول سايق لوري. شحنت الكل العافش وعربية ذاتها ما دام انا عملت له تو وربطته بورا. I did it. I did it.
بترفع كرتونه وتجي تاخذ لك حبه بتاع بي بروفين تان ترفع كرتونه تان.
لا. You know, we did it anyway. Yeah. Good to see you, Kwan Malwal, and you can see the topic there, my brother. So, what is your intake, Kwan Malwal?
Well, you know, sometimes I'm confused of who we are as people, because Karkuju was saying earlier that we don't know what we want. That's true. Because if we know what we want, we will put our focus into something where we can work on it, and later on evaluate if we have succeeded or we failed. But we don't. You know, the piece we don't. Oh, this is a bad piece. Okay, we got it. Well, removing those guys is not working. And the only way you can come to a peace agreement is you have to show some ability for others to consider, oh, Jongkor and I, we need to sit down and compromise. So I mentioned something about compromising. You have to compromise, no doubt, because when you compromise, you're giving in some of portion of yours, others giving portion of theirs, and that's how compromise is all about. It's not a win-win situation, because you will never win. You just can't. Whether you're in opposition, you're not going to win it. If you're in the government, you're not going to win it. So that's where you try to come in and meet into the middle. And also common sense has to be played. The seating government is the one who's running the financial, so they're going to have a little bit of a slate ahead of everybody else, because they're holding the financial. The shame, the embarrassment of them being the government, it's always there. So you have to give them that reason or the benefit of a doubt and say, hey, this guy, they shame of themselves, so they're not going to give that much in. But don't ask for too much too. The opposition have 45%. What is bad with 45%? Look at the Republican and Democrat. It's not even close. Look at the House. It's dictated by the Republican. So Democrats,
because they won. Because they won. You know, but we didn't have any election.
Right. So the Republicans are dictating the narrative of majority. When Obama was president, the Democrats were in charge, so they were dictating what Republicans are doing. So the reason I try to give this as a narrative is the 45 versus 55. It's a good deal, okay? If this opposition are complaining about security, I would say they're right. But you cannot just come here and say, well, this is a bad piece. What do you know about it? You don't even know the outcome. You're judging it before you even go further to it. So, and the one I just want to point out is, this is crazy. I don't know if you guys saw this or was just me. When they say the SSOA signed the peace, but the Fed say no. Who are they? Isn't it the Fed one of the SSOA? Isn't it NAS one of the SSOA? So when you like this pie, you become part of this, and when you don't like it, you part away from this pie. That's just, it's ignorant. I don't like it. What I'm trying to say is, if you want to come in as NAS, do it. Come as NAS. If you want to come in as FET, come as FET. So we will know who is in favor of this peace and who is not. But don't try to confuse us with the alliance, and yet you have your other party where you also want to play a big role. That's not acceptable. If we want this peace to be genuine, let us go back to our basis. Let NAS come as NAS. Let IO come as IO. All the parties, let them come with their name. They don't have to create a bullshit in between so they can play other people. It is not acceptable. But if they want to come as an alliance, great. If Liao Chengson signed this peace, there's nobody else should be talking in alliance but Liao Chengson. If the IO signed this peace, there should be nobody talking beside Dr. Riek Machar and his group. If Kir signed this peace, nobody should be talking but this group. Simple. But you know, they're confusing us here because we are so self-interest. I'm an IO supporter, but you know, I want everyone to be in the table, but I don't want to be player as well. And if this peace failed, what is next? Well, the next will be war. Who's benefiting here? And who's the victim? While the alliance, there will not be a victim because they can pack their backpack and run away like they always do. We are the victim of this peace. So you either come with us or leave us alone and let us watch. It's just that simple. But we cannot just come here and try to make people fear of the outcome of this peace, that it will be failing, it may be succeeded. Let us just say it is peace. And we all know Omar Bashir is in it for his own good. We got that part. I'm not gonna come and help you move if you don't pay me. Why? You have to give me something in order for me to help you out. That's a reality. Even the United States does that. So why wouldn't Bashir do it? But let us not confuse ourselves. Let us be specific into what we want. If we want war, let us go for war. But if we want peace, let us go for peace. So that's what I just want to add up into this argument.
Okay. Well, Kwan Malwal, it's always good to have you, my brother. Thank you so much for your insight. Let me go ahead and bring in somebody else. It might be a nice person. Maybe they can just a little bit, respond to those, because there is a lot of things that have been, thrown them. I don't know.
I'll be listening because I'm moving myself too. So I'll be listening to critics while I'm packing my stuff and my luggage. But hey, let us be honest. Let us find a solution to this. If we want to go for war, let us go for it. But if we want peace, by all means, let us work behind it. Even if it's a bad one, let us improve that bad one.
Okay. Thank you so much. Kwan Malwal, it's always good to have you, my brother. Let me go ahead here and look for. All right. It didn't work for you, Nkrumah. And Tongjang, give me a minute. I'll bring you for sure. Just wait. And Sabata, I'm going to bring you after Emmanuel. I'm calling Emmanuel now, and I'll bring you. Don't let your heart be troubled. I know you're going to come in. So, Emmanuel, I'm calling you. I hope your network will cooperate. Hello, Emmanuel Ajawin. Good to see you, brother. Live there from London. How are you?
Yeah, hello, brother Jongkor. I could barely hear you because you cut it. So I'll go to my point straight away. First of all, we missed you last week, you know, and we understood that you were moving with your family, and I hope you're settling well.
Yeah, you see, it's delayed. I don't know for some reason.
Yeah, I think my network is breaking, Jongkor. I don't know if you can hear me. Then I can just go ahead.
Now we can hear you. Go ahead. We hear you now. You good?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you again, Jongkor, for hosting me. And I said earlier, it's good to see you. And apparently, the topic that we're having today is very sensitive, but also it is very important topic for us to discuss. But from the beginning, also because of the sensitivity of this discussion, I will be speaking as Emmanuel, as I always say, not as an NDM spokesman. But I'll speak as Emmanuel so I could speak freely as a citizen of South Sudan. But before I start your point, I think it's very important in this August month for us to salute our fallen heroes and heroines, those patriots who died.
Yeah, we lost you, Emmanuel.
And bring about the independence of South Sudan. So we salute them, those of Agri Jaden, those of Ali Batala, and many more. Can you hear me?
Now we hear you, yes. Yes.
Can you hear me, Jongkor?
Yes, I hear you very well.
Hello?
I hear you, Emmanuel.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, can you hear me like this?
Yes, I hear you. I hear you very well, Emmanuel. It looks like you have problem hearing us.
Can you hear me?
It looked like Emmanuel has difficulties hearing us, but we hear him very well and clear. So let me go ahead and just disconnect him. So Emmanuel, at the moment, I'm going to go ahead to disconnect you because it looked like you are not hearing us, but we can hear you very well, actually. So go ahead and refresh your network, and I think it will be working. And that's why I made a little bit of comment. You live in a country that, you know, and then their internet is not actually doing well. I hope you can just sit in a good spot, and then we'll bring you back in. So let me go ahead and see who is next here. And I believe Sabata is right there. I'm going to go ahead and bring you in, Sabata. Hello, Sabata. Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you too, Jongkor. Congratulations for the fact that you have already finished moving.
Yes, it was very, very difficult, but I was able to make it. So.
Okay, yeah, I've worked with the moving industry before. I know how it feels moving. Okay,
go ahead,
Jongkor. I want to speak directly to the citizens, and of course that includes all these viewers.
Correct.
Yes, you know what I want to say is this: if this peace deal goes through as is, of course it puts SPLM in the driving seat, starting from the period of the transitional period of time all the way. I would like to tell the citizens of South Sudan that what we are going to see here is we are going to see continued corruption. We are going to see continued mishandling of citizens by national security. We are going to see continued lack of attendance to building up capacity or empowering the people so that people will become capacitated as far as providing services, becoming good and efficient civil servants. Why? Because we know that the SPLM has taken control of the state of South Sudan since 2011. And what have they done? They have developed a culture where government is seen something that is so huge and powerful and has so many resources, of which then the people of South Sudan should just go and loot. When you have people sitting in those parliamentary and ministerial seats, it is your time. This is a very bad culture. This is a culture that Jongkor himself criticized. He said, well, in the old Sudan, government has always been seen as something that is very huge with resources and people should go ahead and loot. And he said this is one of the reasons that makes third world countries not prosper. Jongkor wanted in his dream that the new Sudan should have a government of SPLM that will put a platform where people will economically and socially develop themselves rapidly. This is not happening at all. Because
I
yes.
want to get some clarify here on this statement. It appeared on Lily Lawrence, actually, you made a statement that it looked like it's linked to what we are saying now. You said actually people who are coming from the region of Bahr al-Ghazal, they do see the government as a father. They do see that they want to get from the government. That's mean actually Bahr al-Ghazal have more than 27 tribes. So you meant all the citizens of Bahr al-Ghazal actually they see the government as a father of all. That's you still have that statement?
Are you asking me directly?
Yeah, because you made that statement. It looked like you have linked with what you are saying right now.
Well, what I am saying right now here is, Jongkor, look, this is not just people of Bahr al-Ghazal. This is generally in South Sudan. Even there are people in Upper Nile and people in Equatoria as well. And not only South Sudanese. If you listen to Jongkor very carefully, he mentioned this before. He said in the third world countries, this is pretty much the concept of people about government, and he said this is wrong. So this is not only people of Bahr al-Ghazal. Well, people of Bahr al-Ghazal see it that way. People of Upper Nile, and not all of them, by the way. Okay. So the point I'm trying to make here is that the SPLM party, since they took governance in 2011, they embraced, which is even contrary to the view of Jongkor, by the way. Jongkor wanted, in New Sudan, Jongkor wanted SPLM to be a government that will provide a platform where socioeconomic growth will grow rapidly. And he mentioned that it will be good if the government can provide a platform where people can be productive. And how does these things come? This comes only if the government can take money and then fund training programs. They fund training programs so that they empower people, they build the capacity of people so that these people become efficient civil servants. And when they become efficient civil servants, then they will provide better services. Because right now, in our country, we don't have people who are well trained in healthcare facilities or specialists. If there are sick people, where do you think they are going to be treated? In our country, we don't have well trained teachers. Where do you think our kids are going to be going to school or well taught? In our country, we do not have well educated and taught national security personnel so that they will handle affairs of the people well. That is why we have individuals who don't actually speak any language but ethnic languages, and sometimes they mishandle citizens because we do not have trained people. And we do not have trained people because SPLM does not have agenda to do these things. But what they do, when they take the revenue of the country, instead of spending the revenue of the country in order to empower people, in order to the people, as far as capacity is concerned, what they do is they allow this money to be taken into ministerial and parliamentary bank accounts so that those ministers and parliaments write fake projects and then approve it amongst themselves, and then those monies get transferred to private bank account. So you have only elites becoming very rich. That interprets to what also Jongkor had criticized. He said in the third world countries, government have become an industry that consumes money. Okay, and of course they suck the money, and the money goes to private account, but the money does not go back into reinforcing the people so that the people become productive as time go by. You see, so now with SPLM failing people like this, and then we are seeing some peace deal that give power to SPLM so that they will be the drivers in this transitional period of time with all the corruption that they have. Jongkor, we are not going to see any improvement. You see, I really sympathize so much with all these political organizations who have stood up in the past and criticized the SPLM for failing to lead the people in South Sudan and decided that, okay, let us have a new administration. Some of them started their movement by calling SPLM as not good enough and must be deposed by force. But then as time went by, the political organizations are now trying to compromise because SPLM also conquered Shenak. You know, they were not going anywhere. So now they are trying to compromise by having at least equal bargaining power. When people negotiate terms of government, there should be at least equal bargaining power. No one party should be made stronger than the others, should be given more. But it looks like SPLA is being given more now. So it is the same party that the other political organizations have lost trust on, now being given again the chance to be leaders. I mean, imagine. How about the people who have been failed since 2011 until, let me say until 2013 when the civil war broke out? These people are again going to fall under the same administration of the same people who have been failing them. Watch, when this implementation of the peace deal gets in session, we are not going to see any improvement in security. We are not going to see any improvement in construction of roads and civil services. You see, so that businesses will start popping up, or people with potential business will start popping up. We are not going to see any of the good policies that will take the country up, because SPLM has proven beyond doubt that they don't know what they're doing as far as governance is concerned. And now the peace deal is putting them back to be the drivers. People are very unfortunate. The people of South Sudan are very unfortunate. If the people of South Sudan are as strong as Egyptians, as strong as the Tunisians, as strong as the other countries where they go out in demonstration, this is the time when they have to pay attention to nobody but United Nations or some other countries like US. They go out in big numbers in demonstration and say they don't trust all these authorities who are trying to put down the deal. They don't trust their government any longer. They should make their move. And for the people to really liberate themselves one time, they should not allow SPLM to again come back to be the father, to be the decider of their resources, and to be the decider of their administration, or else this country is going down forever.
So
thank you very much, brother.
No problem. I was going to say that, like the same question that I asked Brother Gurukuju. So you spoke about how people are not moving. So does that mean people of South Sudan actually don't know their rights, in your opinion?
Well, what I would say is people of South Sudan do not have clear vision of you know, ideally, they don't have a very clear vision. If people of South Sudan have a very clear vision of where they want to be economically and how they want to be socially, and they expect that government have to come halfway to make it easier for them to get what they want, and the government is not able to deliver what will make it possible for the people to then prosper, the people will start becoming very harsh towards their government. But the people of South Sudan ideally are just kind of so melon. They just don't know what they want. You know, let me say, do you remember Jongkor did say that a rich government provides is provided by rich
Yes.
people. Poor government is provided by poor people, right?
Correct.
I will add to that. A government with no vision gets supported by people with no vision. This is how it is. Because people who have vision and know that in order for their vision to materialize very well, the government has to come somewhere and then they can grab it from there, and the government is not able to deliver that, they will question the capacity of the government. We don't have people who question the capacity of government. Government does not deliver anything, and they're still going, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I think Jongkor said that a government that cannot deliver basic services and you keep shouting, you just keep shouting revolution, you know, it is meaningless. The purpose for the struggle is meaningless. Huh?
Thank you. Thank you.
We have these people in South Sudan.
Yeah. Thank,
They keep shouting the revolution, but you don't even understand what this government is giving people. The government is enriching some individuals. You find people who are not even getting the basics and are still supporting the government. I just fail to understand.
yeah. Yeah. I got your point. Thank you so much, brother Sabata, right there. Please drive safe. I know that you are somewhere maybe in Texas. It's really, really hot. I can see.
It is.
Yeah. So good to have you. Thank you so much, and stick around, watch the show. All right.
All right, I will. Thank you very much. God bless
All
you.
right. Let me go ahead here and get the next South Sudanese who's waiting as well. Okay, now it's time. Jalbaping is your turn. So you've been waiting for quite a bit. So please, I want you to be brief because I have long list, my brother. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jalbaping.
So I wanna, Jongkor, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. And I want to say thank you to your viewers. You are a great young man. I want to say thank you to all your viewers. They are wonderful people. They are here in the social media trying to understand our convenience ways of life. They're trying to understand what we're trying to put across, because our country has been jeopardized. And we are going through a lot of temptations in our country. Temptation come through millions of ways in South Sudan. Temptation come through United Nations, temptation come through IGAD, temptation come through Khartoum, temptation come through Uganda, temptation come through Kenya, and our people are still divided. But first of all, I want to say that congratulations for moving and for arriving safely with your family. I'm happy with you.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. And thank you for calling me back. If you give me a minute so that I can repeat myself, please, that would be great.
Go ahead, yeah.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say that you are an important asset in South Sudan. You are born for a reason. And my encouragement to you is the people who are watching you, they love you. Okay? They are not your enemies. But my advice to you is to be a great leader, you need to be challenged. You need to be marked by people. You are a great man. I have a deep respect for you, but people are going to hate you. People are going to hate you, and those who hate you, you don't have to go down with them. You have to bring them up, because those who accuse you,
correct,
those who say bad about you, trying to bring you down, they need your help, because you are in light. You are the light of these people. They are not watching, they are not seeing, so they need you to bring them up. So my brother, my brother Jongkor, you are my uncle also. I have a deep respect for you. If people are trying to say bad thing about you, you are lucky. You are lucky, because these people, they are social ingredients of professionals. They love you. They want you to bring them up because they are suffering. Okay? Maybe they have some problem at homes and they are coming to the social media. They are not going to love you. They are going to cause problem with you. And the only way forward, my advice to you, respectfully and humbly, do not reply to those who bring you down. Do not waste your time replying. Let them talk. Let them talk, because they are not going to love you, brother. I am going to love you because I trust you, but they are not going to do anything with you. Okay, the more you respond, the more they bring you down. But the more you bring them up, then you succeed. Thank you for that. But I want to tell our people, South Sudanese here, I am very fortunate that our brother, Jongkor, did call me today. The problem of South Sudan. Peace has come to South Sudan. That's my That's how I take it. Peace has come to our country, but we need implementation. We need implementation. And let me tell you this, brother Jongkor. You married, right? You have a family, right?
Yeah.
Great. In your family with your wife and your beautiful children, if you have a problem with your wife, you have to negotiate it with your wife first before you call your parents, right?
Correct.
Okay. When you are having problem with your wife, there is no perfect family. There are a lot of problems in the ways of our life, and these problems are they can make us better person. If you have problem with your wife, you always talk with your wife before you call your uncles, before you call your relatives or friends, and negotiate it. The same thing can happen to South Sudan. For real peace to come to South Sudan is our people are taking tribalism as the tool. Okay, they are taking tribalism as a tool. The language of a Dinka, the language of a Nuer, there is something called domination. Domination is a problem in South Sudan where maybe my uncle Dinkas want to rule forever, or maybe they don't want Nuer, or Nuer don't want to understand, and maybe other tribes are not happy. But first of all, President Kir Mayadit and Dr. Young Machar, they have to be humble and see the suffering of our people. They need to come together under the table where they need to bring peace to the hearts of South Sudanese, because President Kir Mayadit and Dr. Young Machar are the citizens of South Sudan, and they cannot rely in Khartoum. They cannot rely in Khartoum because peace is not going to come in Khartoum, brother. Peace is not going to come from Khartoum. Peace is going to come to the hearts of South Sudanese. Okay, when we are united in our heart, if we are all united in our hearts, then peace can come to that country. But we cannot wait for the government of Sudan to bring us peace. That's not true. Okay, and also we need accountability. We need to accountability of what had happened in our country. We need to be honest to ourselves and sit together and be telling the truth of what had happened and what had caused the war. We have not to give up, but we have to make sure that the truth will step forward. Okay, I used to blame the government. Sometimes I blame the rebel, but now I learn, brother Mayol, I learned that we are not going to blame each other because it's a troubling. Because blaming the government and blaming the rebel is not a good thing. We need to talk professionally. We need to be respectful. Even I'm telling this, we need to be respectful to President Kir Mayadit because we cannot market him. We cannot, because we need to be respectful to his leadership. Although he is breaking things, although he's doing too bad, I advise all of us. I learned from it, and I am telling our people of South Sudan, trust me, you are going to fall into trouble if you don't want to understand what I'm saying, because blaming Kir Mayadit is another one. You are causing the problem to yourself. You are disrespecting God Almighty at the same time. And blaming Dr. Yingmachar is another problem also. So what we need to do is we need to negotiate. We need to negotiate professionally. We need to agree to disagree. And we need to do it so respectfully, like what you are doing. You are doing a wonderful thing here. You are making yourself professionally, and you are presenting yourself much more internationally, so that people know exactly the topic is about peace in South Sudan. Whether the peace in South Sudan is going to be elusive or not. You are a cornerstone of our country. But I do not think that, I am very optimistic that peace has come to South Sudan. We need implementation. We need to be humble. We need to be patient and work through it. We need to find our differences, because if we South Sudanese are not going to come together and love each other, then Khartoum government and the United Nations and the IGAD and the Uganda and Kenya, and they are going to take advantage of us, because we are paying bills in Uganda. We are paying bills in Kenya. We are paying bills in Tanzania. We are paying bill in Ethiopia. We are paying bill in West Africa and all. And they don't want us to have peace, because that is going to break down their economy. But it is up to South Sudanese to see how can peace come to their country, Jongkor, I'm sorry. How can peace come to our country while our people are running out? There's nobody in the country. Only people in Juba. People in Juba are surviving very well. They are blessed that way. But our people are out of the control. How is peace going to come if our people are in Uganda, in Kenya, and how are they going to come home? So our leaders, My last, I will make a conclusion. Our leaders, Jongkor did. Our leaders need to find a solution.
Correct.
Our leaders need to see the cry of our people. Not our leaders need to be humble. They need to see through that the temptation is causing our country to suffer. We are being tested every second, brother, and we are failing instead of uniting. Instead of being united and working together as South Sudanese and love one another, regardless of the tribalism, we refuse to do so, and we are blaming each other. IO is this, government is this. That is not the way forward. Okay? But anyway, I am happy for you that you arrived safely with your family. It's very important. I care for your safety. I care for your family. You are a great young man. You are my peace in South Sudan.
Thank you.
If our people are not seeing, they don't want to work together, we need to wait. We need to wait until something good is going to happen. And one thing, South Sudanese, I learned from it. God is real and God is one. If we are going to jump into conclusion and blaming the government and blaming IO, we are going to cause the problem. The only way forward is to be respectful, professionally, and to be able to respect our leaders. We cannot jump into conclusion by blaming them.
Thank you.
Although they are bad, we cannot, because we are blaming God Almighty also. We cannot do that. So Mayol is professional, and you are highly welcome, brother Mayol. Jongkor did, so you will call other people, but peace will come to South Sudan if we accept our differences without tribalism.
Thank you.
But peace has come already. We just need implementation.
Okay. Thank you, brother. It was good to have you, Abuna. So please stick around, and I'm going to go ahead and call other South Sudanese who are waiting here on the line. Thank you so much, Baping. It was good.
And God.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Let me go ahead here and call the others. It looks like I have a long line, and we move forward here. Okay. Emmanuel, I hope now you have better internet, because I tried that one a little earlier. It didn't connect, but hopefully this thing is going to work this time. So, Emmanuel Ajawin, welcome back. Hello, do you hear me, Emmanuel?
Thank you, Jongkor. I'm just, the internet, I don't know who's sabotaging it. I don't know if it's Juba or the Russians. Can you hear me?
You are in London. It's okay. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you very well. Good.
I mean, can you hear me? If you can hear me, I can go ahead.
Yes, I hear you. Yes, go ahead. You good. You good. I don't know, Emmanuel. It looked like. Emmanuel,
okay, I will go ahead. Someone is saying they can hear me. First of all, Jongkor, I will go ahead. People say they can hear me, so I'll go ahead. Then when I finish, and then you can take over. So earlier, I was saying that let me take this opportunity to salute our heroes, our fallen heroes, those who started, those Minutemen who started the Tuareg uprising in August 1955. It is them who started the flame for the liberation of South Sudan. It is them who developed the Southern nationalism. It is them that unified the people of South Sudan so that we today could achieve the independence of South Sudan. It is really them who started the task that was taken on by the SPLM in 1983. So in this August month, we cannot forget them. So we always salute them. Having said that, and coming to your topic, which is very lively, I think is a very interesting topic, whether the peace that we have in South Sudan under Kiir is going to be elusive peace or not. I think the peace in South Sudan, it is elusive. And not only that, it is like a mirage in the desert. You know, when you thirst in the desert and you see mirage, you think you've seen water. You know, you speed up. The more closer you come, the farther the mirage goes, you know, until you die of the thirst. What I'm trying to say is this, as follows. You know, peace with Kir will not be sustainable. It is Kir who started the war in 2013. The reasons of the war and the reasons that caused the war was because of the democratic request by the members of the political bureau in the SPLM at that time, led by Yak and those of Pagana Mum and the rest, asking for a peaceful voting of the chairmanship of the SPLM, and he rejected this, and through it, he resorted to violence. And we knew what took place in Juba. I don't want to go to the historical and the genesis of what happened. But what I'm trying to say is this. The peace agreement now that is being initialed in Khartoum, what is it bringing to us that is new? What is it this time that will make us optimistic? What is it that will make us optimistic as the people of South Sudan that this peace will stick? Now, if you look at the actors who were behind the violation of the agreement in 2015, it is the same people now. It is the same status quo going to Juba, okay? And if you look carefully, it is Bashir who convinced Kir, to accept Riek to work with him. Riek Salva Kiir does not want to work with Riek, okay? Now, he's being forced to work with Riek. Okay. Do you think if Kir is forced to work with Riek, he will work wholeheartedly with Riek when Riek comes to Juba? Of course not. He will not. Secondly, we in the opposition, it has been the people hope and demand that a genuine peace in South Sudan should usher into a new democratic process and transformation in the country, which means you have people who are free from intimidation by the national security. There's no longer what you call unknown gunmen assassinating people and political opponents in Juba. Okay, these are still there. Kir will be still the president for the next almost 3.5 years, 8 months of the pre-interim period and 3 years after the interim period. Okay, so Kir will have almost 3 years and 8 months as the president of South Sudan. As you said correctly, if you look critically at the government of Juba and look what has the government achieved. Have they provided basic services in terms of education, health and services and the roads and so forth to the people of South Sudan? Of course not. And you raised a pertinent question earlier. Someone was talking that Kir now has visited China, is talking about development and so forth. This is not the first time Kir is visiting China. Kir has been visiting China since 2011. But the question, as you put it pertinently, has Kir visited Awil, for example? When was the last time he was in Malakal? When was the last time Kir was in Bantu? Okay?
Somebody called Emmanuel, I believe so. But hopefully we'll resume. Okay,
this agreement basically is keeping the status quo, is keeping Kir in power, and in my own honest opinion, it will not be sustainable. I'm sure if you look now at the parliament in Juba, Kir has 400 MPs out of 150. Okay, so any decisions that are made in the parliament, SPLM under Kir Mayardit will have a say over it. Now they have taken this also to the decision within the cabinet. Okay, before, when the cabinet was 31, it required 23 members to pass a motion in the parliament or to have a quorum. Sorry, in the cabinet. Now you have 40-something ministers. SPLM has 23 ministers in the cabinet, and they're saying the quorum should be 23. So literally, all the political forces that are there in the cabinet, they will just be sitting ducks. They will have no influence in decision making. Okay, will be the SPLM who will make the decisions. By the 23 members of the cabinet. So you have already an agreement that people are going in, where the SPLM under Kir is having, the majority say in the government. So nothing has changed. You know, it is the same Kir with the same dictatorial tendencies, and sooner.
Go ahead. Yeah, it looked like Emmanuel, we are having difficulties, hearing you, or somebody have called you. So hopefully, your network will resume so you can finish your thoughts. I want to move on here because I have a lot of people, have calls as well. And let me go ahead and do this. I know I'm so sorry, for that destructive, happening there with your phone. But meanwhile, if you came back, just go ahead and send in the request, and then I'll bring you to finish your thought. Let me see here. Yes. Attilio, would you please send in a request? I know that you have to go to work, but I know if you already gone, no problem. I can see here what I can do and go for the next person as well. So let me go ahead here and bring in this guy, Tongyang. I saw your request, Zul Kabir. I'll bring you in as well. And like I said, this forum is for all South Sudanese. We don't have any someone special or organization special here, government or whatever you call it. I am an independent-minded South Sudanese. I don't care whether you are a G10, you are IO, you are whatever you are. I don't belong to any political organization. I made this thing clear. No one is funding me. I'm self-funded. I do this in my own volunteer time. Paganamun doesn't do anything to me. Paganamun was just a friend. It doesn't even call me. It doesn't tell me what's going on with their G10. I have nothing to do with G10. People need to understand this. Don't please attempt to ally me with G10 or Malone or government or whatever or Gen Council of Elders. That's phony baloney. It's not going to take you anywhere. Just it's a waste of your time. I am independent-minded. My brother Tongyang, please welcome to Concerned Citizen of South Sudan, and thank you for being patient. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Okay, before I proceed, I want to greet you and I greet your audience and my heart and deep concern and appreciation and sad and anguish for the fallen hero, Commander John McCain.
Yes.
Thank God you mentioned his name. John McCain is one of architecture that helped us during the bad time against evil Khartoum.
Yes.
And thank God you pay respect for him. And I will call Southern Sudanese lost boys and lost girls who attend University of Arizona State to make a particular show and pay a tribute to late John McCain. Thank you.
He had done a lot to South Sudanese in Arizona. He stood in our case, in early 2000, while George W. Bush was the president. A lot of people don't know this because John McCain is a man of integrity. It does thing, and he did a lot. So South Sudan can be independent nation, and we can have a nation, and we can have free. He did, and that's why I salute the man. He's a man, real man of integrity. Go ahead, Tongja.
Yeah, he done too much for us. He passed a resolution 1997 that attacked 97 cruise missile hit Khartoum. It was architecture into that scenario.
Yes.
So we really own him with respect, and mighty God rest his soul in heaven. Let me go back for our country. The fees will remain elusive. General Kir Mayar will continue dictate things as usual. Now become danger now. In this scenario in the country, what I'm going to say, a lot of people don't like, and that's a fact.
It's okay.
We can say what we can say, and reality remain in the ground. Southern Sudan is a country being put up for sale between West and East. East, there are people who dictate the oil with Khartoum when we were in the bush fighting. China, Russia, Malaysia, and their accomplices. And then the West now become Southern Sudanese cold enemy or government supporters who are in America, in Australia, and Canada. It was the same West. Their enemy now brought them that time and support us, dictate the Machakos Peace Agreement known as CPA, where Western countries become enemy of our country, I don't know. Somebody, their opinion, they're calling America evil and enemy of my country, South Sudan. I'm not part of it. What I'm saying here now is invasion. Peace will be elusive, an invasion of negative forces when the enemy and satanic forces step their foot in our country, such as Arab enemy in Unity State, and now they are in Sapa, in Warwood.
They're already
and
there.
Now they are in Bar Arab. For 8,000, last week I was abused here by talking about 8,000 in Denka Malwal soil. In Bar Arab, which is Kiradem, there are 4,000, and there are 4,000 in Sapa, which is Warwood. And there are 2,000 on their way now going to Kafia Ganji. Already Uganda invading South Sudan. They moved 2 weeks ago into Kajikaji to Yambio, and they go to Wau, and now they're going to fight with the Lord Resistance Army in Kafia Ganji, in the Karajan and Dogo area. And now you have the Sudanese forces now, 20,000 are on their way into Bentio. This country, peace will elusive, and those enemies are brought in by General Kir Mayar in our country. And this is what I had to say here. What I have seen, Uganda, when they went to Congo in 1997 and 1998, Uganda and Rwanda and Angola and Namibia, what happened? They shoot each other in Congo. And now Southern Sudan now become where the 2 elephants or 4 elephants are fighting. There is nothing here IO can doing, and IO, I blame them for this scenario for very much. They were forced out by Kir, and all those so-called rebels of South Sudan, they become a militia going to Khartoum, like Anyanya 2, and now they become victim of their own. Kir talked to China, and China threatened Khartoum, and Khartoum ran out of money, and Bashir doing this. What's so sad into this is 3.8 billion to be paid for Khartoum, and Khartoum was the one who destroying Pantau. And now when I talk about this, and Kir bring Khartoum now with the China agreement, Bashir do not force agreement on Kir on with the Southern Sudanese opponent. No, it's the Kir called China that Bashir is supporting people who want to overthrow me, and China threatening Khartoum. And now people like Salal Gash now are threatening any opponent of South Sudan that if you don't sign, we will handcuff you and get you out in our country and go back to South Sudan. I don't know what I say wrong here, and I don't know why I've been attacked, even in Ruweng area, people of Pantau, by questioning 3.8 billion, why Kir paid those money when the Antonova Bashir bombarding the area to relinquish SPLA when SPLA take over the town. Why I be attacked by Abeliang Denka for saying this, and why Sudanese now, armed forces are in Unity State, who gonna be suffer, is it Tweet or where? I'm from Tweet. There are no Arab in that area. Arab soldiers, they're gonna come in January when they're gonna drill oil in a Rianga way, in Banya Kwenajo, in Penlau, in Tit Panamaleng Deng, non Deng Malek Tweet, Antona Wija UL and Majowet Pariangrol, and between us and ABI, oil be drilled there in January in 2019. Those are deal. Kir go to China. Before Kir went to China, Kir stopped in Asmara because he knew the sanction America food, there will be no weapon going into Tanzania, Zanzibar, and then they can cross Rwanda, go to Uganda, and smuggling to Juba, and the same Mombasa. That's why Kir stopped in Asmara. Asmara, Eritrea have a problem with America. It's in a sanction, so Kir can buy his weapon and bring them in Asmara. And then from Asmara, Kir might bribe people like SPLA North in Blue Nile, like Malek Agar, and weapon to enter to Upper Nile, and Khartoum force out any rebellion in Khartoum, and then there will be sandwich in the South Sudan. So I don't know what I say wrong here. And I'm saying what exactly. If you don't understand it, because I said it, it's a military tactical and it's strategic where military intervention and hardware they're going to be bringing in. Bashir will not allow weapons to become to board Sudan and come to South Sudan, and those weapons will end up in the Nuba Mountain or in Darfur to attack Bashir. That's why Kir go to Asmara. I don't know what I say wrong here. The peace will remain elusive. Who will rescue the country? This is your second question. Country now cannot be rescued here.
Yes. Who can
Citizen
rescue?
of Southern Sudan, they will not rescue country. The war in Southern Sudan is west and east. America, British, France, Israel, UK, and those Scandinavian are being excluded in oil. And oil, China and Russia and Douala, like Malaysian, Asian countries, are now taking over South Sudan. You're going to end up in a scenario when Uganda attack Kafia Ganji to dislodge law resistant army, Khartoum will respond. And you're going to see Khartoum fear more Uganda going to Western Barkazal to border to Darfur, weapon who might end up in Darfur army. That will forbode Khartoum. If you don't understand what I'm explaining now, it's a military tactical wise, I'm explaining. Khartoum forces in unity state, people like Peter Gadet are being threatened, and that you can see there will be no any Southern Sudanese opposition went to Khartoum and reject Kir peace. No, because China need oil and China come hard down on Bashir. And Kir is still, even is a dictator, he still have a power. And you can see Kir Kadi play. Now, massive crackdown in Kenya is a Kir. Kir tell Kenya, I now, opposition, we will dictate them. If they refuse, they were nowhere. Khartoum will not supporting them. Peace is come. The same crackdown will happen in Uganda. Uganda will force South Sudan by force to go to South Sudan. So I don't know what is wrong here and what I'm saying. There is no rescue for our country. No one can rescue our country. China has took over with President Kiir, and oil is a matter here. Rescue later on. I hope China and Western, they will fight over the South Sudan. That's only rescue left. If you have a question, ask me. If there is no question, bring someone else.
Well, that's very thoughtful and really critical analogy there, Mr. Tongyang. But don't you think that the citizen of South Sudan should realize, and themselves, any concerned citizen of South Sudan, can speak up, can go to the street and rescue the situation that we are in now?
I don't think so. Let me be honest. I myself am a victim of encourage that. Like in a Padang area, our brothers Denka of Upper Nile, and those are very disciplined Denka. I was in their area. The bullet in my left shoulder is in their area in Gilik 1987. You can see in our country there is no freedom of speech. I talk about oil contamination. Women now are producing children that where there is no advanced hospital, those children, women when give birth to baby, whether a deformed baby, you don't throw it away. In the culture of all Southern Sudanese, I criticize government in that. And on top of that, in return, I get myself a victim by those young Apadang who are in Khartoum militant. They're attacking me. An enemy terrorizing people in Pantau. What I say wrong here? I criticize government in Juba. If they don't want to talk about it, let them be quiet. I know they will be killed and they are in wrong location. Why I've been attacking these citizens of Southern Sudan are not a coward when it comes to issue enemy. But our own dictator tell everybody to shut up for incentive, whether they're from their tribe or whatever, they have some tribal war there. I don't think citizens of our country, there's nothing they can do in this scenario.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Tongyang. The neurologist, you know, the brain thing. We want the country to be stable so you can do brain surgery for those guys who have been traumatized. You know,
I don't think in land of Kirmayar, even me one day, I don't think I will go there, but the country.
We will.
I have a heart.
You will,
I
brother.
Don't think that
you
is a
will.
country
Let
for
things
everybody
settle
now.
And let them get away of South Sudanese life and thing will be okay. I think you will go. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Tongjang, you know, for being there. And please, the sister, say hi to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will call you guys private. Thank
Yeah,
you.
she will talk to you soon. Okay, no
All
problem.
right.
You have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, let me go ahead and see who is next online here. Benjamin, I call. I saw you. I will call you, but let me go ahead and call this person here. He requested me. I'll call you as well. All South Sudanese, please send in your requests. I'll call you. I will call you. I tell you, I don't know what happened to you. I said, I know maybe you started the work already, but if you send me your request, it would be so great. So get closer, please, and so we can see your face here.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. This is your first time on Concerned Citizen of South Sudan live show. You may introduce yourself to our viewers as well, so we can know you, because now there, Mawjood Zol Kabir. We have so many Nas Kubar, right? But we want to know you.
It is that Zol Kabir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. لأن أنا زار زول كبير. في ناس كتار كبار. In your profile say زول كبير. دايرين نعرفك. تفضل.
أنا اسم بتاعي شبور جوج.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I assume so, but I want our people to know. So تفضل يا شبور. You can see our title there. Topic what we are discussing today. تفضل. You can do Arabic, you can do English, whatever you want to do.
أولا أنا شفت الناس بيبدأوا بتعزية لأسرة السيناتور جون ماكين، وأنا برضو بكون في نفس الاتجاه. My condolences goes to the family of the late Senator John McCain. أول امبارح مشينا في الستيت هاوس، في المكان اللي فيه الجثة، مشينا صلينا على الجثة، عملنا مرور.
Yes.
So يعني he was a great hero. And also my condolences goes to the family of Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul in the United States of America. هي إنسانة برضو مناضلة، ناضلت في مجال بتاعت الحقوق بتاع الناس السود.
Yes.
So وبالنسبة لنا كجنوبيين لأسر الشهداء كلهم، فنحن بنوصل تعازينا ونتمنى العام يكون عام بتاع سلام. صراحة أنا خشيت بس لمناسبة بسيطة جدا. عايز أوصل رسالتي عبر هذا البرنامج. أنا من زمان بتابع برامجك لكن ما قاعد أشارك، أول مرة أنا أشارك. أدوا السلام فرصة، دي رسالتي اللي أنا عايز أوصلها. أدوا السلام فرصة، سواء كان لك أنت أو للناس اللي داخلوا قبلي.
نعم.
كويس. أدوا السلام فرصة. ما في حل الأخ جونكور. ما نحن جربنا كينيا، جربنا يوغندا، جربنا اثيوبيا، ما قدرنا نجيب سلام برانا. يوم لما بدأت المفاوضات الناس ديل عندهم 6 يوم يا سعادتك، 6 يوم عشان يتشاوروا يجيبوا سلام براهم، ما قدروا يجيبوا. حس عمر البشير لما مشى ضغط الأطراف والناس بقت معصورين، قالوا لا السلام ده ما كويس، ما في حاجة اسمه سلام ما كويس. وأصلا في الدنيا ده ما في سلام عادل أصلا. سلام كده عادل ما ممكن. انت هسه لو عندك شكله مع اخوك ذاته شقيقك، بيجي يخش بيناتكم وسيط، هيخليك تتنازل عن موقفك وتتصالح معه، هو ذاته يتنازل، بيكون في تنازل بين كل الاطراف.
نعم.
انت عارف لما الموقف كان في موقف الرئيس الفقير في اثيوبيا، انت كنت عارف موقفه كان شنو؟ على لسان الناطق الرسمي باسم الحكومه اللي هو مايكل ماكوي، قال يا اخي President Kiir is not ready to work again with ريك مشار. لكن في النهايه لما مشوا الخرطوم، من الخرطوم مشوا يوغندا، مشوا ضغطوه، الرئيس قال خلاص انا هقبل ريك مشار. ريك مشار برضو كان عنده مبادئ وعمل تنازل عشان السلام يتحقق. في تنازل بين الطرفين سواء كان الحكومه او المعارضه. فلما يجيني واحد يجيني واحد ناطق رسمي باسم ال NDM ويقول لك انا I'm talking on behalf of myself معنا التنظيم، ويقول يا اخي السلام الوقعوا ده سلام غير يعني سلام ما ينفع. صدقني جد ده بيشبهني حاجه واحده، بيقول لك ده اسمه عدم الانضباط. انت رئيسك اللي هو الرئيس الحركه الناشونال ديموكراتيك بارتي ولا اسمه هو اللي بتاع دكتور لاماكول ذاته وقع. يجي الناطق الرسمي بتاعه يقول لا السلام الوقع عليه رئيسي ده ما كويس. ده هسه ده ما اسمه عصيان، ده اسمه عصيان. واذا كان نحن كنا قاعدين شوف هذا واحد من ناس قاعد يقول فيك بيس. فيك بيس طيب رئيسك ما له وقع عليه. رئيسك لما يوقع المفروض انت تنضبط وتتابع الكلام اللي طلع من شنو القائد بتاعك. القائد دائما
اوكي الاخ شبور،
امم
انا ما داير اقاطعك، لكن انا داير بس I want to inject some
اوكي
words here.
اوكي
طبعا انت خاطبت our viewers وخاطبتني بصفه خاصه بانه يا اخي ادوا سلام الشانس، لان انا
ايوه
طبعا انا اللي بيعمل البرنامج ده، وانا اللي
اوكي
بيتكلم مع الناس. اوف كورس انا في مجال بتاع اعلام بيتكلم مع الناس، والمخاطب ده بيجيني برضه.
اوكي
اوف كورس الاخ شبور، ما في انسان في الدنيا ده مواطن بيكون غيور بيرفض سلام. This is an obvious reason.
اوكي
وانا هسه انا بقعد هنا في قدام الكاميرا ده، ولا في تليفون ولا في لابتوب وهاي بشكل كده. I don't have any political affiliation. That's one thing that I want you to know. أنا ما عندي
اوكي
political affiliation. لو
انت
في
ما
ناس بيقول
جيتني
أنا
يعني
جيتن، لو في ناس بيقول أنا جيتن، I have nothing to do with جيتن.
ما
لو في
زول
ناس
بتاع
أنا
ملون.
خلينا أكمل. لو في ناس بيقول أنا بتاع ملون ولا ملون برازيلي 10,000، I have nothing to do. لو كان ملون برازيلي 10,000 أنا ما بكون قاعد ميل ده، أنا كان بكون دي ستيديو كويس. Alright. أنا
اوكي
I was very critical about ملون for the last 2 years. Okay. لأن ملون was a protector. هو اللي كان اللي بيعمل حماية للبريزيدنت كير. Alright. ناس
يا
جيتن ما أصل اليوم زور أسأله دوكمنت قال لي this is how process is going. ولا فقانا موم ولا غيره ولا I have nothing to do with them. أنا مواطن جنوب السودان غيور، أنا داير أشوف الفاليوز القيم اللي إحنا حاربنا من أجله، إن يكون في justice، إن يكون في liberty، إن يكون في prosperity. أنت كنت رئيس اتحاد عام لرياضة بتاع جنوب السودان، وأنت عارف what it mean تمثل دولة، what it mean to have a country. You know all these things. Okay. ما في زول بيقدر بوصفك. فنحن لما نقعد هنا نتكلم هنا نتكلم بمنطلق حب للبلد. انا ما عايزين الليله ده نعمل خطوات او نعمل اجراءات وبكره نمشي تاني وي شوت ايتش اذر، والمراه تمشي وتموت والزول كبير يموت وجنب يموت. That's not what we want. انا هنا في امريكا رايت، وانت شفت امريكا اصلا، انت قاعد في ولايات متحده بعد ما انت جيت، انت شايف الحياه كيف. انت لو شغال بتقدر تعيش حياه كويس، عندك عربيه في مويه نظيفه، تمشي مستشفى وتاكل اكل كويس، يا في المدرسه اولادي كويسين، ما في اي مشكله، ما في حاجه بيجبرني واتس ايفر عشان انا نتكلم في القضايا بتاع جنوب السودان. اللي بيجبرني انه انا احب جنوب السودان، انه بلدي انا بلدي اتولدت فيه وبلدي عندي فيه اهل، وانا عايز الغيره الموجوده ده زي ما انا بسوق في فري واي وانا مبسوط وانا شايف بلدي كويس. I want the same thing to happen in my country، لان نحن كنا بنحارب من اجل ديل. فنحن لما نقول مثلا انه there is something wrong، there is something wrong brother، ما حب انه بس نتكلم ونقول no وكذا وكذا. انت عارف سلفا بشير inject himself لان عندهم economic problem. alright. وكنت بريزيدنت كير اكشلي مشى النادى رياض مشاهد في جنوب افريقيا ما عشان قال في there is a fair process، لكن على العموم نحن بنقول yes if this thing is gonna work why not we will support it. لكن احنا بنعمل we will remind our people انه مثلا لما يحصل حاجه down the road، لما يحصل حاجه قدام بعدين don't feel sorry and say ليه انا عملت كده، لان انت كنت عارف الخطوات اللي انت كنت فيه ده. So we are not anti-peace actually. I am not against peace. أنا ما بدي السلام، أنا داير سلام، لكن أنا داير سلام genuine. سلام مثلا اللي بديك حق أنت تشوفه ده. لما تكون قاعد ولا كان في أول ولا في أبيع ولا في جويال ولا في روح، أنت بتكون قاعد مرتاح. ما بزول بيعمل لك intimidation. أنت عندك حق to run for any public office. أنت عندك حق to run كرئيس اتحاد الكرة. ما بزول يعمل لك أنا intimidation ولا يكون في أي حاجة. So ما في إخفاق. الكلام اللي إحنا بنقوله ده بنقوله بجراءة. I am not afraid of anything because I love my country. That's why we do this. ما في إخفاقات، ما في أي كلام غير كده. I am not affiliated with any political organization. I am proud, by the way, not to be affiliated with anything. So then عدنا فرصة للسلام actually. ونحن بنحسهم. بعدين انت سمعت كلام تاعان بيقول ياك role بتاع civil society إنه they have to provoke, they have to remind the leaders. إنه يا جماعة كلام ده ما صح، الصح كذا. ما هو أساسا ما ضروري يكون ناس leader ياو وبيعرف كلام. في ناس صغار كمان في المجتمع بيعرفوا. ويقدر remind our leaders إنه يا جماعة do it this way, do it this way. لأن at the end of the day كان انت دينكاو ولا نويراو ولا شركاو ولا عنواق ولا من وين. We are the same people. We are the same people. في ناس أساسا for their own لجهل بتاعهم, ignorance بتاعهم, they still don't like me simply because I'm a dinka. But what I have to do with that? Do I have to say, oh well, I'm gonna kill myself or I'm gonna hate myself because being a dinka? No. As long as I believe I will continue doing it. So please, I will give you the last word, brother, before I let you go.
Okay, I have one question for you.
Go ahead.
How do you want the genuine peace? انت داير سلام ابو كيف المفروض يحصل شنو عشان نقول ده سلام كويس؟
سلام genuine peace to tackle the root cause. إنه يكون في constitutional conference. إنه كيف يحكم جنوب السودان وليس من يحكم جنوب السودان. مسائل بتاع أنت هتاخد وزير وهتاخد كده وهتاخد 45 وهتاخد 42 ده مسائل ثانوية. إنه يكون في constitutional review. إنه نحن نعمل constitutional conference على مستوى local, مستوى دكاترة, أطباء, lawyers, nurses, غفرة, bandits, whatever, they need to involve. That's one thing, okay? And also we need to do a national census because, brother, representation is always based on population. حتى نادى لأنه population مناطق فيها نادى التقدم السكاني ديل, they have to be represented more because representation. أنت أصلا قاعد في California and you know that California have 54 member of House of Representatives. Why? أنا كنت قاعد في يوتا عندها 3. يوتا ده 2.9 million. ما كان ناس كثيرين عندهم 3 representatives. So actually we need power to go to the people. They have to be represented. والpower يمشي من central ل rural area. لأن أساسا the population تاع South Sudan ما في جوبا. كلها في مناطق far في rural area, في أكون وين وفي أغاغ وفي غوريال وفي توني وفي بانتيو. مناطق دي مناطق فيها سكان, مناطق لون area. So we need real process. لما real process يجي يا شبور, you will notice and then you will know that these are real process. بعد كده يكون في election. But you know what we have to accept? هسه السلام ده عشان يكون في ثقة بين الشعب والحكومة. We have to make it clear. Okay, Mr. President, are you going? Yes, I am. I want to lead interim period. How about, okay, lead the interim period, lakini don't run for the next president. Don't run. Why? You want to build sense of trust. Now, as in trust that we have lost it. We have 4-point-something million people in Uganda, in Kenya, in Ethiopia, in Sudan. ناس بتعمل كله برا. لكن عشان تعيد الثقة ده, تعيد النسيج الاجتماعي تعمل كيف? You build it that way. That's what I'm talking about, the genuine peace here. We are not just talking out of our mind. زول يعمل يجي في فيسبوك scream. We know what we are talking about. لأن بنحب الدولة أصلا. We love this country and we need this country to prosper. يكون just للناس كله. All right. يكون just للناس كله. That's what I meant.
كويس. أخوي جونكور في نفس الاتفاقية دي في بند وفي لجنة مخصصة للدستور الدائم للبلد. فنحن ليه بنستعجل وبنسبق الأحداث؟ كل الأطراف الموجودة الآن في المعارضة وقعت هذه الاتفاقية وهم عارفين في لجنة مناط بالعمل بالدستور الدائم للبلد. فهم في النهاية اللجنة دي هي هتيجي تقعد وتنادي مؤتمر دستوري وهيجي في النهاية السلام الشامل حسب منظورك انت. انا داير اقول لك كلام بسيط وده اخر نقطه انا بتكلم فوقه. ان احنا عندنا عده اسباب. انا هسه حاليا عندي سبب عارض الفقير سياساته, عندي سبب عارض الحزب الحاكم, عندي سبب عارض حاجات كثيره جدا. لكن الحاجات دي طالما نحن قاعدين برا ما بنقدر نحقق حاجه. دايرين لازم نحن نكون جوا كلنا ننفذ هذه الاتفاقيه بحذافيرها كويس. نعمل الدستور الدائم للبلد, الناس تمشي بعد داخل الانتخابات, يكون عندنا برلمان منتخب, يكون عندنا حكام بتاع ولايات منتخبين, يكون رئيس ونائب بتاعهم منتخبين. حتى بعد ذاك نحن بنقدر نحقق حاجات كثيره. لكن نحن لو بنتكلم برا الفقير بيكون قاعد منفرد بالسلطه والحمد لله اموره ظابطه زي ما انت شايف قبيل, هو في الصين مره في اريتريا ومره كده. لكن نحن لو بقينا قاعدين برا ونعارض الاتفاقيه دي معناها اي زول اللي كان عايز يصل لسده الحكم ما حيوصل, لانه المعارضه جربت بالقوه ما قدرت. كويس؟ جربوا بالتي احسن، هي احسن، ما قدرت. وبالتالي احسن خيار هو السلام. الناس دي تدخل جوا، تمشي الزول يمشي يسجل حزب غير الحركه الشعبيه، الداير يمشي يعمل الشغل اللي داير يعمله يمشي يعمله. ونحن بعدين عندنا اتفاقيه بتحكمنا بتاع 3 سنوات، الناس تمشي الانتخابات. ما عايز الفقير ما يصوت له. الزول عنده رغبه عايز يترشح خليه يترشح. لكن نحن لو قاعدين بعيد وبنقول كلام ده البيس ده ما جنوين وما كده، ما في حاجه ممكن تحصل اخوي. صراحه
كلامك
زي انا بقول لك.
100%. كلامك كويس انه مثلا احنا نخش جوا وين يكون في حل. على فكره I'm not interested in a position اللي انا قاعد نعمله ده، انا بيعمل عشان انا بحب البلد بتاعي. right that's why I'm doing this. حاجه ثانيه داير اتذكر لك لما اقول لك ما جنون يا شباب، نحن قد حاربنا، انت عارف كويس when we sing the national anthem بنقول شنو؟ for justice, liberty and prosperity. right justice, liberty and prosperity. ديل ثلاثه اللي بيجيب reconciliation في البلد اصلا. هل مثلا السلام ده ايضمن ان national security is not going to shoot people؟ ما يكون في non gunmen، ما يكون في arbitrary arrest لزول لو يتكلم، لو في جمعره ناس يتكلم في سياسه ولا يتكلم في امور، ما بيكون في arrest. We still have this issue. This issue have not been addressed. ده الكلام اللي انا قاعد اقول لك، انا ما بتكلم ساك، انا بتكلم انه ما يكون في non gunmen يمشي shoot people kill people، لان non gunmen ده is not actually something that have been created عشان الناس ما يتكلموا. ولو by the way if people don't speak, how we gonna know that they are talented people؟ في ناس كويسين، في ناس مثلا عندهم ideas، في ناس مثلا لو ما في استاذ مثلا بيعمل ندوه، لو ما في صحفي بيكتب كلام في جريده، والا بكره يقبضوا، والا بكره يشودوا النان gunmen يقول يا اخي ما عارفين يتكلموا منه. That's what we are talking about. لان هنا القيم اللي هنا هربنا من اجلها يا شباب معروفه انه يكون في عداله، حريه والمساواه. and then بعد كده التنميه بتيجي. so now نحن حاسين جوا، هنخش جوا كده بس، وبعد شويه ناشونال سكيورتي يمشي يعمل الشغل بتاعه. That's what you're looking for, right؟
كلامك في محله، لكن انت بتلوم منه؟ انت تلوم المعارضه نفسه. لانه تخيل اخوي جونكور، يومتها لما بدوا البند بتاع الترتيبات الامنيه، الترتيبات الامنيه ما اخذت معهم يومين 3، سمعنا قمنا اتفاجئنا انه الناس دي طوال وقعوا الترتيبات الامنيه، لانه هم مستعجلين دايرين البند بتاع شنو تقسيم السلطه. عشان كده هم كانوا مستعجلين جارين للبند ذاك، لانه الترتيبات الامنيه هم ما اهتموا به. والشيطان يفصل في التفاصيل الموجوده هسه في الترتيبات الامنيه دي. يا هم انه كلامك يعني انت قلت يا اخي ما بتضمن انه الناشونال سكيورتي مثلا ممكن يعمل شنو هراسمنت لاي زول. كويس؟ فالغلط في النهايه انا برجع الكلام ده للمعارضه الموحده في شكل سوا او الاي او ولا اف ديز ولا كان المفروض يكنقشوا في البند بتاع الترتيبات الامنيه دي عشان انت ذاتك ما تكون متخوف. لكن هم كلفتوا الموضوع ده سريع كده، لانه هم دايرين البند بتاع شنو التقسيم بتاع السلطه، لانه اي زول داير يضمن الكرسي بتاعه ده يا هم بتاعه كان. وبالتالي هسه حاليا احنا ما ممكن الليله حاجه انت وقعت عليه وثاني تيجي تقول لا الحاجه دي كده. الموضوع ده بيمشي زي ده لحد ما نحن شنو نصل لبر الامان. ونتمنى انه يا اخي السلام الدائم في جنوب السودان. واخر كلمه لي ادوا السلام فرصه، واشكرك كثير على الفرصه الجميله، اول مره انا اشارك. ونشكر كل المشاهدين في هذا البرنامج. شكرا كثيرا.
شكرا جزيلا استاذ شبور. البرنامج زي ما انا قلت ما عنده توجه معين ولا برنامج فلان ولا اعلان، ده ممبر لكل الجنوبيين. انت تختلف معي ما في مشكله، نحن we can agree to disagree. So شكرا my brother for coming on and having your perspective heard as well. You have a wonderful day. Okay, that was Shabor. Let me go ahead here and see who is next. Wow, I have a long list. I have a long list. So let me go ahead and bring you Benjamin Akol. I'll bring you in right now. So
hello, brother Jongkor.
Ahlan wa sahlan. Let me go ahead and do this so I can bring you in.
Okay.
All right, Benjamin Akol. Good to see you, brother.
Go ahead.
I hope your network is functioning very well, so you can hear me, I can hear you, and we continue the discussion.
Yeah, thank you for welcoming for welcoming me to your show. This is the second time that I join your show. And your show is good, actually. You know, sometimes you have a good topic to be discussed, except that when somebody is cut off, that when somebody is Is angry that why I was not allowed to participate in this show. That's the only bad part. But otherwise,
The show,
you are
Benjamin, the
yeah,
show is for all. Benjamin, I call the show is for all.
yeah.
There is no
Okay.
discrimination whatsoever in our show. You can tell.
Mhm.
I go to all corners of South Sudan. I don't care. You disagree
Yeah,
with me, that's fine. It's okay. We agree to
yeah.
disagree. So go ahead, brother.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your followers who are with you now. Um, yes, I will start it with peace. Brother Jongkor, the peace itself. Peace comes with some tool that has to be used.
Okay.
Forceful peace is part of peace. And I want you to know that our rebel, those who rebel against the government, they go to Khartoum and Uganda and Kenya. These are the three countries that our people run to. They kill people and go there. They steal money and go there. And mostly Khartoum is a big part of our rebel. So if Bashir is seen as, hosting all the South Sudanese, rebel, he has to be accused. And if he realizes that the whole world is watching him for what he's doing with Museveni together, they have to do something to force these two guys. When John Garang signed peace with Bashir in Naivasha, they were forced. That's what the UN call it, stick and carrot. A stick and carrot. They were given money or a deal to accept. If they don't accept, they will be beaten. That's why the symbol of stick was to force them. One of them will have to be forced. It is a part of peace to be forced. Sometimes if you don't accept that, and all these IGAD countries knew that South Sudanese suffer a lot. They have to force our president and the main rebel, Dr. Riek Machar, to accept peace by any means, because South Sudanese are suffering. So bear in mind that the peace signed in Khartoum can be a fake peace when Riek himself said that what I signed is not a real peace, or when Kir said by himself that what I signed is not a peace. That's when you will believe that it is not a peace. But if you just analyze, or you hear from people who are analyzing that this is a fake peace, it is not a fake peace. This guy signed it from their heart. Second, what I want to add here, Brother Songjiang is being outplayed and outspoken because he keeps lying all the time. He said two days ago that there's a train came to Madingawul 3 days ago, and he knew that Awul people are majority here in the United States, and we call home every day. There's no train that came from Khartoum with the army to Madingawul and to Wow. Songjiang have to know that we call every day, every morning, we call to Awil. There's no train. Songjiang doesn't know the railroad. I know the railroad. It passed through my own village. The railroad there is not. It's like broken. The blacksmiths remove some metal for their how do you call it, to make a spear and some axe. It has to be referred for train to come to University of Sudan. Second to that, he keep lying propaganda that there is a liwa jabu fi jazz jabu pi not pi Bantu. There's no liwa move to Bantu. It is not easy to move 12,000 troops to a certain country.
Benjamin,
brother, yeah.
actually, they have already moved troops to South Sudan, but I don't know the amount. I don't know how many, but they have done it already. That's what I know so far.
Okay.
There is a really, precise information that the troops have moved to South Sudan from the north.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, it was proposed. Bashir proposed that the IGAD will provide soldiers to be sent to Sudan, South Sudan as the peacekeepers. But they were hoping that UN will fund them. But the UN is controlled by the West, and the West say that we don't recognize this peace, we are not going to fund it. It was a proposal, according to what I know. It is not yet, the military is not yet contributed. The UN military has to be trained how to respect the civilian of that country. They cannot just write them to certain countries and then place them there as UN peacekeeping post. I don't think that
I'm not
it
talking
is
about
true.
the UN, Benjamin. I'm not talking about the UN peacekeeping. I'm talking about the Sudanese army. They have already crossed the border and they are now in South Sudan, aiming that they are going to protect the oil field. And that's why we made an argument several weeks ago. Why not taking them from the government and the IO, and then they can protect the oil field?
No, Jongkor, those soldiers, they have to be there as UN soldiers. They are not there as Sudanese soldiers. They have
You
to be
don't
in
believe
South
it.
Sudan.
You don't believe it. This is what happened.
No, I know. If they went there, make sure they go there and they are treated as UN force. You know, like Egyptian. I know there is Egyptian army there in Nasser. You know, and also Ethiopian army in Abyei. And Uganda, Kenyan army and Congo and Rwanda, all of them are in South Sudan as UN peacekeeping posts, you know, but they are treated as UN forces, you know. Third, I see you like flip-flopping, brother. You say that you don't represent any party, but we all know you that you are a G10. But if you are now flip-flopping, you are trying to leave them. That will be well. That will be good. Our eyes will be on you. You know, we will watch you and see what party are you going to join. Otherwise, I will welcome you back to the party of the SPLM, SPLA, and we say, Jongkor, you are welcome to the SPLA. If you run away from G10, because we know you are from G10, you know.
You know what, Benjamin? Benjamin.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt me when people say that you are from G10. I am not a G10, and I know that I am not a G10, but I am an independent-minded South Sudanese. I've said this several times, and I keep saying it. I have nothing to do with Pagana Mom. I have nothing to do with Majanga God. I have nothing to do with all this. Listen, I'm not afraid.
Yes.
I don't fear nobody. This is the way I am. I don't fear nobody. Why would I hide it? If I am a G10, I would say, yes, I am a G10. If I am Paul Malone supporter, I would say, yes, I'm a Paul Malone supporter. Is that a crime to have an interview with Pagana Mom or Paul Malone or Paro Garkwat? Why not? I did Paro Garkwat an interview. I did a lot of IO interview. I did a lot of NAS interview. Why I'm not NAS now? Why not? I'm not the IO. So,
no,
brother, you guys need to differentiate this. You know, if someone did an interview with somebody, it doesn't mean that he belonged to that camp whatsoever. You know, because I know all these are mess. All these are mess. G10 are mess. G10 themselves, they have issues. G10 themselves, they have issues. There is a group in the United States. They don't agree with the group in Juba. There is a group in Kenya. They don't agree. Yeah, and all these people, they have mess, you know. You need to understand this. But you know what? People always categorize people, you know.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother Jongkor. It's good to hear from you that Jesus and our mess. I took that word from you. You know, you mentioned about constitution and conference and census. You cannot make constitution while there is no peace. You cannot have conference of making constitution without peace or census of South Sudanese. You know, this is a part of the peace. You have to write a constitution together with all the rebels. If rebel, you know, as soon as they accept peace to come to Juba, the first thing they have to do is to form a competition. A council or a group of people who will write a constitution. That's the number one thing that they have to do. You cannot claim that the peace should not be a peace while there is no good constitution. The constitution is the root cause. Yes, some people claim it that is the root cause. And the good thing, Riek Machar was the leader of constitution, and John Luke Jok, most of G10, Pagana Mum, when it was written, Pagan was the one who was watching it. She signed it to Riek signed it to Kir to Parliament. And at the same time, they rebelled against it when it was used against them. So I think they will come and sign peace and immediately write to correct what they did a long time ago. And I want you to know today that you cannot have a constitution that have to be agreed with the rebel while the rebel are still in the bush. They will not, if government told them now we correct the constitution, come back, they will not believe. It has to be corrected while they are there. The conference has to include everybody after peace, because you cannot have a conference while somebody is in the bush fighting you. You cannot have census while somebody is in the bush fighting you. We need to have a constitution after peace. And then our people have to be counted. And then we will have a proposal maybe to change, you know, all the positions, parliamentary and governors, you know. We have to do that after that.
Francis,
You know,
sorry.
my piece number
Benjamin.
is that you, Jongkor, you are educated. You know what meaning of the government is. You know the department of the government. You know the soldiers, what do they do? You know intelligence. Intelligence is not a good thing. You know, when you talk a lot about the government that employ them, and they come at night and kill you, you blame your mouth. You know, intelligence of South Sudan is inclusive to all South Sudanese,
So,
and they are there to
Benjamin,
protect the country.
Benjamin.
And I'm not claiming that unknown gun is really a government. You know, but you know you should be aware. If you know that people are killed, why would you risk yourself to be killed? Okay. I don't believe that. You know,
Okay.
Salva Kiir. Hold on, Salva Kiir said that in Juba. If somebody come at night to kill you and you kill him, he will make you. He will promote you with a military rank. And there are some people now promoted in Juba for killing people who come at night to kill people. If you go to jail, they say they heard that Jongkor come from America. They will expect you that you have money. And the thief, people who are suffering, hungry, will try to come at night. And those are the soldiers. Soldiers who have gun are eating. I mean, are hungry. They don't have food. They have to come at night and steal or intimidate you and kill you, take money.
Benjamin.
You know, you can blame government for
Benjamin.
that, but I think
Benjamin.
Yes.
Because you keep going on and on. Well,
okay.
I want to make a point here, Benjamin. I didn't say that we should just, you know, I did not accept peace because it doesn't talk about the constitution. What I meant the peace have to address the root cause of the problem. The root cause of the problem. That's what I talk about, the basic, you know, the basic. You cannot just, you know, shoot somebody who just tried to express himself. Somebody tried to go somewhere. Somebody to give a lecture. Somebody, you know, write a newspaper. And then what will be the value then? The value that we fought for 22 years. You were a Judge Ahmed. You were an army. Why we fought against the North? We fought for justice, liberty, and prosperity. And now you mentioned, not too long, you said that if you know that is a danger, you're gonna be shoot at you. Why would you not just keep quiet? You need to keep quiet then, so you cannot be shoot. Don't you think that contradicts the fight? They contradict the values that we fought for, because we were fighting for justice, liberty, and prosperity. We were fighting for freedom. So you're telling me that you should just keep quiet and then you'll be fine. So what does that mean, Benjamin? You gotta make sense here. You gotta make sense here, brother. You know? You understand what I mean?
Okay, let me respond to it. Yes. Yes, you might have right on that, but let me tell you, brother Jongkor, it is not yet proved that it is government killing people and say unknown. President would have not come out and say, if somebody attack you at night, kill him. You know? President did say that on television.
How I'm gonna kill? Listen, I am a civilian. I'm a civilian. How I'm gonna kill someone with a gun? It's a military. And by the way, when you say that it has not been proven is the government, what is the role of government? The government, their role. Wait. The role of the government is to protect the ordinary citizen. That's their job. When you're saying that it's not government, has not been proven. So if people are dying 2 years, 3 years, and no real investigation, and you are not captured the criminal, that means you are the one doing it. Is that simple?
Let me finish this. Tongjang, military involve all the tribe of South Sudanese. I don't think if you are a soldier now and you are employed in Juba, you cannot accept your own people to be killed while you know you are in the military. You cannot accept that to happen. You know, the government power we have in South Sudan is, you know, as inclusive of every son. You know, if let's say your people are being targeted and killed in Juba, and you are also a part of military, you know, do you think that you wouldn't have information to say that this happened? You know, it happened. You know, people that are killed, you know, nobody know yet. It is not proved yet. But you cannot put it on the government, and there's no evidence that it is the government killing people and say that it is unknown gun. You know, it's killed by even priests. Priests have nothing to do with politics in Juba. But make sure South Sudanese are almost armed in Juba. Everybody's armed. So,
thank you, Benjamin. Thank you.
Hold on. Let me finish. I am now in Chicago. Every weekend, about 80 people is killed. About 80 people is shot. It's on the news. Even if you come to Chicago now, you will come asking me that where is the bad part, where people are shot and killed. You know, there's the police. We have 9,000 police in Chicago, very small city. And they are in every corner, and people are still being killed. those who are criminals, they still kill people to rob people, you know. And it is not the government. You cannot blame that, you know, there's a killing everywhere. When it comes to journalism, you know, take it from those of, there were 2 journalists now exiled in Russia. They are from America. They were accused to be arrested that they gave classified information out to the news, to the Weekly League, you know. Juliet Khan also is out in our detention for writing the news, the evidence out to the whole world. You know, even America you live in is the one now, Snowden. Snowden is hiding in Russia. And he is from your country here, America. Because Snowden gave evidence, you know, gave confident information to the news media. And the government here is trying to kill him. He ran away. You know.
So
Benjamin, and this the country that claims that South Sudan is committing any problem.
Okay, Benjamin.
So make sure that anything you do against the government, you have to be all accountable.
Yes.
So
you're right.
Like,
you're right in that.
But you brother Jongkor, nothing wrong you did. But people like Tongjang will be taken from their word.
Man, let me say this. Don't worry about Tongjang. Let me say this. Let me say it. Benjamin,
yes.
You are telling me that if today I wrote an article criticizing the president for not having basic service in the country, clean water, hospital, schools, and good roads, that's the classified information. Then, yeah, that's what it is. No. This what our journalists are writing about. They are not writing about.
Yeah.
They are not writing about Jeje Shabi brought big gun yesterday, or they are going to attack Khartoum. They are not writing about those. They are talking about the basic service. Are you telling me those are classified information, should not be disclosed to the public? Because you talk about America. In America, there is something called journalist investigation. You know Drew Peterson. Drew Peterson go after the official. If you steal money, if you are doing something, you have a sexual affair with the girl, whatever, and you are in the government, they go after you. They even go after that. But Benjamin, it doesn't add up, my brother. I give you the last word, you know. It doesn't add up what you said. It doesn't add up at all.
Jongkor.
Yeah, it doesn't add up.
Jongkor, look. Jongkor, you know, in journalism, there's what is called liable. If you defame somebody or you print out the lies on the newspaper, you need to be arrested.
Okay, take him to the court. No problem. Take him to the court.
Like now, there are people, if South Sudan, if you were in South Sudan, there could have been writers who were writing from your show saying that Jongkor said that the government killed people and he has no evidence. If it is printed out from them, they will have a quote from your show saying that Jongkor said that the government killed people and they say that it is unknown gun. You will be all accountable and liable and you will be taken to court because now you are a journalist and you don't know that every journalist have to take law as a requirement because they talk about people, they defame people, they tell lies, they need to be all accountable. You know, like you make the show now, it is because you are in the US. You could have been all accountable for liable, for defaming people, for telling untruths, evidence, you know, to the world. You know,
nothing wrong.
Knew that.
Nothing wrong.
Journalists knew that.
Every single that I'm saying in this show is truth. You know that everything that every single thing that we are saying in this show is truth. Yeah. They are doing bad things. They are not delivering services. They are they are jailing people without fair trial. They are doing all these things. You know. Benjamin, the time is over. The time is over, brother. Yeah. You know, we took it long. Thank you so much for coming on and participating. We will have more discussion. Actually, we will have more debate.
Well, thank you, Jongkor. But I know you cannot take me for debate. I hope one day you let me show. I want to debate with you.
You already fell. You already say that classified information actually is what writing about the.
I want you. Look. If I'm the president of South Sudan, I will clean up South Sudan. No matter, I cannot lie to you. South Sudan need to be dictated. They don't need democracy because they are crazy people.
Oh
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, man. Thank you. It was good having you. It was good having you, but you cannot say, South Sudan to be dictated. And then why we fought then? We were fighting for justice, liberty, prosperity. We were not fighting for what? For dictator. So that's really unbelievable to hear that thing from you. Someone who was in J. Ahmed, you know. So let me go ahead through my list here. Joseph Nas, You need to send me a request. Joseph Nas, send me a request. Send me a request. Joseph Nas, if you are there, send me a request. I know that you wrote there, but you need to hit the green button, Joseph Nas. We don't want that mentality, actually, you know. That South Sudan can be ruled by a dictator. No, no. Okay, Lily Lawrence, it's your turn. I know women are hiding today. I don't see them. Lily, I'm calling you. Lily, it looks like you have problem connecting. I keep calling you, but it's not coming through. So go ahead and refresh your device, and then I will get back to you as well. Let me go ahead and look on my list and see who